Now launching. The dumbest radio show in America. Welcome to Common Man and T-Bone.
I do know about this road because they've actually instituted a policy to try to keep people from using it. They have a very high amount of money you have to pay, and they call it the death road toll.
You know what else you could do? Close the road.
Missed it completely.
Well, what was the joke?
Death road toll? Death road toll? No, I got nothing for that.
No, I didn't get it. Teddy, did you get it?
No, I did not.
Teddy, that wasn't one of them.
It was not.
Featuring Panama Ted.
Too hot.
Timmy Hall.
I will rub one on my face.
And a collection of profane noises.
Coach?
No, Dom.
I'm a genetic freak, and I'm not normal.
I want me some glory hole.
I'll keep it in the room. Stop breathing.
It used to be a lot longer.
The numbers don't lie.
This is Stupid. This is Man and Bone.
Happy Monday. Welcome in. Hello, Bone.
Hello, man.
It is Yikes Monday. Yikes. At 4:34. Jason's beef. At 5:34. It's a very special day for Jason. Well, it's a very special day for us.
Why? I was going to say, why is it special for Jason? I know why it's special for you and me.
Yes. Today is the start of 5 for 5. Back again at Arby's. Have to be on the app, though. What am I doing for dinner tonight? You know what I'm doing for dinner tonight.
Oh, yeah.
We always joke about Jason's start because the first time we ever talked to Jason, I think he was in the parking lot of an Arby's. And so that's stuck, even though he doesn't like Arby's. He stopped in the Arby's parking lot. And so ever since then, we've talked about Arby's with him. Now we actually will talk about Arby's with him.
That's right. I will tell you this. In my experience, Arby's very reheatable for what it's worth. I'm not saying it's ideal.
When do you ever have leftover Arby's?
You know when I used to? When there was a 5 for 5 and I might eat like 3 of them and leave 2 for dinner. That's all I'm saying.
Who are you, Ted?
Yeah, that's Ted's move. Ted eats 3 out of 5 sandwiches and is like, oh man, that's a little too much for my tum-tum.
If you missed Friday's program, Teddy said how impressed he was with himself that he ate an entire burrito at Chipotle.
And then all weekend, Teddy, I got people tweeting at me going, I get 2 burritos minimum. Like, I just had all these people. And it's like, I know that. I do too. I did not say this. Ted did. Ted said it. Tweet at Ted.
Teddy, how much time would it take you to eat 2 burritos at Chipotle?
Wow, it would take
You'd
some
sit there
time.
all day, right?
Yeah, I mean, I can do one and take me like maybe 10, 15 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. I can knock through one, but then to sit there and start that second one and then complete it, that's going to take maybe another hour probably.
Have you ever seen these guys do the eating challenges on YouTube? Guys and gals that have like YouTube channels where they go to restaurants and you know how they'll have at a steakhouse. We've got the biggest steak in Texas.
The old 96er.
Yeah, if you can eat this entire, whatever it is they have, challenge level dinner, it's like, who was the guy? Adam, what's his face?
Adam Richmond.
Yeah.
They got another ginger guy who does it now.
Well, I know, but I'm saying on YouTube, there's like dozens of these people, and some of them look like marathon runners, and they sit down and they have the most pleasant demeanor for what I would imagine is one of the most difficult things you can do. Trying it, because you'll see them just like, oh, this okra is delicious. And they're just chewing it and talking. And then they're eating and they're not looking frazzled. They're not sweating profusely. They're just casually eating the most food you've ever seen. It's not like watching the hot dog eating competition or competitive eaters because they're going at 1,000,000 miles an hour to beat the clock. I'm saying it's impressive.
Psychopath.
It's impressive and also scary.
It's impressive that Sting can make love for 10 hours.
Right.
I like food.
Yeah.
I like sex. I don't want to do either of them to that extent.
That's what I'm saying. Watching these people eat, they will be, and you can almost see, because they'll have the restaurateur a lot of times standing over their shoulder going, let's see if you can finish all this. And they're going, oh, yeah, I see what you did here. You gave me a bunch of mozzarella sticks thinking that would fill me up. I'm going to save those for last. And then they just start eating the, meat or whatever. And then at the end, they're like, all right, now time for the mozz sticks. They just dip them in cheese sauce and just shove them in their mouths like it's nothing.
Now, when people do these challenges, do they have like no purging rules?
I don't think so.
That sort of defeats the purpose,
I don't think they're like walking in the bathroom afterwards and,
Well, that's what I mean. What is the appropriate time? Like, do you have to wait an hour?
No, they give them the stuff right away. that like once it's done, they like the bell goes off, everybody goes crazy in the restaurant, and then they hand the person the T-shirt.
What if they blow chunks 5 minutes later?
Well, then
they take the T-shirt back covered in chunks.
I mean, it's probably like a $10 T-shirt at the end of the day. It's more about the fact they're getting the exposure of people talking about it.
Undercut a $10 T-shirt. I have seen people at Nationwide Arena who I know paid over $100 for their tickets, elbow people out of the way to catch a giveaway T-shirt out of the gun.
That's fair. You know what?
Oh, there's a 4-year-old who wants this. No, it's my T-shirt. You paid $150 for this ticket, and it's a small.
I'm just saying those YouTube channels are very popular because none of us have to we're not sitting next to the person as spittle is flying everywhere. The food bits are going. If you look at the camera, it's probably covered in just food matter, like splattered
I gotta
with
tell
food.
You, that's a good point. I have said to Kristen, I see these documentaries about the nature photographer. Like, here's what I have to do. And I'm not minimizing what they have to do. I mean, they're going in the jungle.
Sure.
They're fixing their camera on one location, waiting for this insect to come and mate with this other insect. I can't imagine the patience that these people have. But I think we need to have a documentary about what it's like for the filmmakers who film these ultimate food shows.
Yes.
Who film My 600-Pound Life.
Yes.
Like you're in the room with the heaviest, cheesiest smelling person in the world. You're filming all parts of their body that you may not even know what it is.
Well,
whose job is it to pixelate it? How do you know what hole is a good hole?
That's you know what? The person who has to sit there at a video editor and go, all right, well, see you, honey, I'm off to work.
Is that a fold?
What are you doing today? It's like, well,
or is that the butt crack?
I've got the Johnson man who's like 847 pounds. I have to blur out all his butt crack today. Today is butt crack day.
Is that a
at work.
bed sore or part of his dong? I don't know. Let's just blur it to be safe.
Blur it to be, yeah. When in doubt, blur.
But I'm just saying, these are the jobs. Good one.
Ilo.
These are the jobs that Americans won't do. It's probably some like Ecuadorian man sitting in a room.
No, what it is probably, you could be, but it also could be like a film student who's just like, this is what I have to do to earn my way up. Someday I'll be directing De Niro or whatever.
So what are you doing now, Bill? I'm pixelating for Dr. Now on TLC, blurring out all the nipples. And
do they get to meet Dr. Now? Like, I hope you at least, I hope at least someday it's like, he comes around and you're like, hey, I'm part of the reason your show is wildly successful is because, I'm the reason people can stomach looking at your show. Because if we had to show all the naked bits, we can do that on TV these days. We can do it on cable, but it's a little too much. I don't think people would be okay with that.
Teddy, did you win some ducats this weekend?
On the golf or what?
Yeah, well,
Teddy's gambling on everything.
I was going to talk about the golf, but if you had something else you won money on.
Teddy's gambling on everything.
I was even Steven on the golf. I won a bet and lost a bet, so even Steven. Nothing exciting.
Scottie Scheffler, any thoughts?
He's the closest thing to Tiger Woods, since Tiger Woods. That's all I can say about the guy. He is that good. You look at his stats, he just wins. I mean, if he doesn't win, he's like top 5, top 10 at least. It's just incredible the streak that he's on right now.
He's already had his car-related incident where the police were called, and he came through that fine. Unlike Tiger, where he had like the golf club and
they had the divorce and all that.
Yeah. That ruined his time there for a couple of years. Now, I mean, Scottie Scheffler
he had 2 car issues.
Well,
Tiger did.
No, I said, where the police were called, that's true, they were. The other one, you're right.
Other one was leg almost came off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, didn't really get out of that one unscathed.
I did appreciate how the cops now were like, who is this, Tiger Woods? We're good. We'll just look the other way on whatever may have happened here.
So Scottie Scheffler wins the Memorial. I enjoyed it. Watching from the couch.
Oh, yeah.
I did not go, but the scenery was fantastic.
Well, the Memorial is always one of the best visuals, I think, on TV.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And so that now lends itself to people talking about more for the Memorial. And it seems like we have this conversation every single year. It was a tough course. The golfers said how tough it was. And so the next logical step is, when are you going to put a major at Muirfield Village? And the answer has been, for a long time, not until Jack dies. It's not going to happen.
He doesn't want to do that.
No, he values this. He doesn't need a U.S. Open or a PGA championship to validate that golf course. He's got a spot on the schedule every single year. Now, in the future, because breaking news, we all don't live forever, that may become a possibility. But as long as Jack is still kicking, that tournament's not going anywhere.
Well, I will say this about that debate of should it be a U.S. Open. One, how about we just enjoy what it is? Like I'm not saying
it's a prestigious event.
I saw Buccigross tweeted that and said it should get something, right? It should get a major of some kind, or the U.S. Open or an LPGA U.S. Open, something. Like they should do something for this course more than just the Memorial, which I appreciate the sentiment. I think that's great. I do think, though, and I probably don't know, I don't think I'm in the majority on this, but for me, I like it when everybody else says, we want you even more than you are currently doing, and you have the ability to go, I don't need to, right? I mean, isn't that what they do? Like Augusta, they could do a lot more with their television deal. Augusta could do a lot more. They could have multiple events at Augusta if they wanted to and probably make a lot more money. They're saying, we don't need to. We're Augusta. We have the Masters. We do a very generic TV deal where there's limited commercial availability because we don't want this thing full of commercials. That's how we like it. If you don't like that, too bad. We don't care. We're Augusta. We don't need it.
The egg salad's $1.50?
Yeah. And it's a super exclusive event. It's very hard to get into. It's like, getting a ticket, obviously, let alone playing in it. I'm just saying that's the allure. So now what we're saying is we should change the Memorial. I understand the idea of let's honor the golf course. Let's honor the work that Jack's done. Give it a U.S. Open. Maybe as a one-off, but I wouldn't want it in the rotation. I would still want the Memorial to be the Memorial.
Doesn't need it.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree with you. It doesn't need it. I'm going to do a little wrestling analogy for you here.
Okay.
We would all agree, Teddy, a big wrestling fan. One of the biggest names in wrestling history, Roddy Piper,
yes.
right?
Yes.
May he rest in peace. The old adage was with him is that Roddy was so good, he didn't need to be the champion.
Right.
They didn't need to put the belt on him. Some people, they need to put the belt on to legitimize what they're doing.
Yeah, they don't really get the love from the crowd until they show up as the champion.
Right. Roddy didn't need that.
Nope.
The Memorial stands on its own. It doesn't need the extra rub.
Exactly
it's the Memorial.
Right.
It's, next year is year number 50 of this thing.
Yes. I think that's an excellent point. So for you and I, we're on the same
Piper.
It's the Memorial is the Roddy Piper of golf tournaments. We've always said that.
One of the greatest of all time has apparently come back to life from the dead. Details next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza.
Watch out for an accident on eastbound 270 on the South Outer Belt at Alum Creek Drive. And you'll hit a couple-minute delay on eastbound 70 downtown between Livingston Avenue and 71 East Split. This report is sponsored by Discover. As humans, we like having options. One option you might like is speaking with a real person when you call about your credit card. With 24/7 live U.S.-based customer service from Discover, everyone can talk to a real person anytime, day or night. Limitations apply. See terms at discover.com/credit card. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for over 30,000 mouth-watering choices with savings beyond low prices, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. More savings and more inspiring flavors make Kroger worth it every time. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Save big on 12 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or 7-Up. Select varieties or buy 2, get 2 free with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
The Columbus Men's Clinic opened in 2014 for guys who get it done. Let's talk, fellas. You solve problems all day at work. You fix your sink when it's broken. But when it comes to ED and low T, it doesn't get done. We get it. You hate going to the doctor, but you're the guy that fixes things. At the Columbus Men's Clinic, there's nothing to fear and no reason to delay. We've been destroying bedroom boredom for a decade. So if you haven't fixed this, call us. When the pills fail, call us. If you feel like you've tried everything, call us. Here, there's hope. From the conventional to the next next level. You'll be seen by our friendly, discreet physician who will take the time to listen. Imagine finally taking care of this with no surgery. Imagine going from feeling gray to living life in vibrant color. It's time to be confident. Join the thousands of guys who have found success after walking through our doors. Will you be one of them? Dial 614-300-7400 or go to ColumbusMen'sClinic.com to schedule a $99 male performance consultation, including blood work. Do it for you. Do it for her. ColumbusMen'sClinic.com. Book your appointment now.
Scotty Vegas here for Maxima Concrete. If you need a driveway, garage, patio, even an in-ground pool, Maxima Concrete are the guys to call. They did a great job for me, and they'll take care of you, too. Schedule a free estimate today at MaximaConcrete.com.
Bishop and Friends.
The notion that non-revenue and revenue sports should all be under the same umbrella. No, football makes the money. The men's basketball tournament makes the money.
Bishop and Friends.
Sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan.
It's Kubota Orange Days, your golden opportunity to score a deal that'll make your neighbors green with envy. Shop the year's best selection of Kubota tractors, zero-turn mowers, and utility vehicles, including the #1 selling compact tractor in the USA. And get the year's best deals, like 0% APR for 84 months and up to $2,500 off BX23S tractors.
Stop by Columbus Equipment in Columbus, Dayton, or Toledo to see their full line of Kubota construction equipment, or check them out online at columbusequipment.com.
I'm Kelly Burris, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. For over 3 decades, Cordell & Cordell has been on the front lines of family law. Divorce is more than just a legal process. It's a life-changing event that can impact your future, finances, and your relationship with your children. You've worked hard to build a life you're proud of, and you deserve a legal partner who will work just as hard to protect it.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Columbus area attorneys. 10 West Broad Street, Suite 1550, Columbus, Ohio, 43215. CordellCordell.com.
Hey there, I'm Brad. I'm about to win the Tuesday Night Bowling League Championship. Strike. I'm also a highway worker for the Ohio Department of Transportation. When you move over and slow down, you're not only giving me room to work, you're making sure I can bowl the winning strike with my buddies.
Roadside workers have lives and families, but when they're on the job, they put it all on the line to protect and serve us. When you see flashing lights, remember, they're not just roadside workers. Thank you for moving over and slowing down.
Glow Fiber Business is now in Ohio, and your business is our priority. Glow Fiber delivers reliably fast, custom, and prepackaged internet plans to meet the growing needs of your business. And our dependable 24/7 personal support means your business stays connected. Glow Fiber is here, and we mean business. Find out more at 833-WANT-GLOW or visit glowfiberbusiness.com today. Glow Fiber Business is not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Download the free Upside app to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code GIFT for an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. That's promo code GIFT.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We're going to be looking at highs around 68 today under partly to mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, it is cool, crisp, and quiet. Low 50. And then heading into your Tuesday, we're looking at partly to mostly sunny skies. Tomorrow, high 78. That's a look at your latest forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Uncomfortably talking about food.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
This is Man and Bone.
Happy Monday. Common Man and T-Bone brought to you by the Hinder Motor Company. It is Yikes Monday. Jason's Beef Monday.
Arby's Beef Monday. I mean, can't wear sweatpants today, buddy.
Game 2 of the NBA Finals last night. Celtics beat the Mavericks again. But what made headlines last night, just after Game 2 started, people who were on X saw a tweet from someone they haven't heard from in a while. Bill Russell has 200,000 followers on Twitter/X, and he tweeted out in all caps, "Let's go Celtics." Here's the issue. Bill Russell died 2 years ago, so people were very confused. His wife has cleared up that it was him or her that made the post.
Yeah, that, maybe. And again, I understand. I mean, she's probably much older than you or I, given that Bill Russell is a very old man before he passed away. She might not be as familiar with the etiquette of social media, but I think in that situation, it might be appropriate to throw a little quick acknowledgement that this is, Bill's wife, and then her name. And I just wanted to say, let's go Celtics. Just wanted to say I don't have Twitter, but
who's to say that Bill's not saying it from beyond the grave? I'm sure he is.
Is he remembering the password? Because I forget passwords I've set like 6 weeks ago. So I'm saying.
I'm going to say in the afterlife, you remember all the passwords.
Really?
Yeah. What's the point of the afterlife then?
What do you mean? What's the point of it?
If you can't remember all the passwords, if you still have memory issues and all the same flaws that you have in real life.
Who said it has to have a point? It just is. You just end up there.
Well,
here I am. I'm just kicking around.
Who knows what it is?
What if your brain is still the same? You're a ghost, but you're like still afraid of the same thing.
That sounds miserable as F. Happy Monday. Now, I think people forget certain individuals of a younger generation. They've heard the name Bill Russell for a long time.
Sure.
They know, he's the guy who played for the Celtics and he won a bunch of championships. Yes, he did. He won 11 championships in a 12-year span.
You know what's really ridiculous about that is he was so dominant, and I get why we do this. I'm guilty of doing it. But he was so dominant that those of us who are not alive to watch him play live when it was actually happening never got to see him play in person. We're just watching old highlights. We have to go back and go, yeah, the fact he won 11 out of 12 means that era of basketball, no one could play. No one was any good. And what that unfortunately does to his legacy is it makes people say, well, then he wasn't as good as player X, Y, or Z.
Stuff like that drives me nuts.
Put whoever you want to in their era back in that time frame. There's no guarantee, as good as they may have been, that they could win 11 out of 12 championships. That Celtics organization was great, team was great, but Bill Russell being the dominant leader on most of those teams, even though as the end he was a little up in age towards the end of that run, that somehow that negates his greatness because, the fact he won 11 out of 12 just tells you he's not great. Somehow that's how we've gotten
That's what we do to minimize greatness. It can't be that. People who do this with Babe Ruth and the pitching.
Sure.
It's like, he was a good pitcher, but how hard is it back then? Look at it. Well, then why didn't everyone do it?
Sure.
Because it was hard to do.
Exactly right.
Bill Russell is one of the greatest of all time. I can say that without ever really seeing him live. He played in the 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
It's out of our wheelhouse, right? But so many people look at Bill Russell and say, he couldn't play today. Okay. What does that have to do with anything?
Exactly right.
He played then.
By the way, people also may forget about Bill Russell. Do you know part of his legacy was helping with the Seattle Supersonics when that was an organization?
No.
He was one of their first coaches because he coached the Celtics after, I want to say I got this timeline right, because when Red Auerbach kind of moved up to the front office and was just like, I'm not coaching anymore, I believe they made Bill Russell the coach, like player coach for a couple years. But then I know after that, eventually he ended up not coaching there anymore. And I want to say I know he coached in Seattle, but I want to say he was either the first coach or one of the first coaches. And they brought him in to lend some credibility to the organization because they wanted to show we're a for real team. We're bringing in a guy who's got all this pedigree with the Celtics. That's something that he had to do his legacy that I had completely been unaware of until a few years ago.
I hate comparing eras. I hate conversations like that. That's just something that stupid talking heads do to fill time. I can't take. I'd much rather talk about Arby's 5 for 5.
I'm with you.
When Golden State, they were winning their championships, right? I think you and I maybe had this discussion because I grew up as a huge Michael Jordan Bulls fan.
Sure.
All right. Grew up in Chicago. That's my wheelhouse. That style of basketball, that team. And I think you asked me at the time, what do you think would happen if that Bulls team, let's take the 72-10 Bulls team, played the Golden State team that was winning the championship?
Yeah.
And I think everybody wants to have their hot take on that. And it's usually based on what era that you're from. Because you think the basketball that you grew up watching was the greatest basketball in the history of the world. And I said at the time, if you take that team, 72-10 Bulls team, and you play Golden State, right now, they lose by 30.
Yeah.
Now, because they weren't built that way. Now, you take Golden State and plop them into 1996.
Sure.
And say, here you go. Now you have to play this style of basketball. They're not built that way. They lose by 30.
Well, that's just it. Look at this NBA final we have right now. the Mavs were in the Western Conference, the tougher conference. No one disputes that. That is the tougher conference in the NBA. They were the better team record-wise from anyone, basically from like February on. When they got their trade deadline deals done, they made some tweaks to the lineup, put a few guys in, took a few guys off. They were one of the best 2 or 3 teams in the NBA the rest of the way in. They played dominant basketball. They are playing dominant basketball in these playoffs. They have shut down multiple title contenders. They have played awesome. They now are facing a Celtics team that doesn't do a lot of the things offensively that they are good at defending, the Mavs. What the Celtics do is things that the Mavs are very bad at defending, namely, not last night as much, but namely they can create outside shots. They do not need to have 2 guys coming off of picks and screens and getting everything and going inside. They're not in a way that the Mavs can really defend them, unfortunately, for the Mavs. And then on the other side, defensively, the Celtics are great against what the Mavs do, having a couple guards up top that can do everything. Well, they've got 3 or 4 stoppers as guards and wings that can help out there, and it's neutralized the Mavs through the first 2 games. Don't know if that's how it's going to hold. May not play out that way. Does that mean the Mavs suck and the Celtics are awesome? No, it means they're 2 very good teams with a bad matchup. That's all. And you would have the same thing if you go back in time and put Bill Russell Celtics versus the Kobe Shaq Lakers. There would be bad matchups either way, depending on what era the games are being played and what rules the games are being played under.
Drop whatever modern basketball player you want into 1957, okay? Drop them in, and then they show up, and they say, hey, where's a practice facility? What? There is no practice facility.
Right.
This is where we play.
It's the arena. Yeah.
This is the arena. Hey, where's the catering? There's no cater. What are you talking about? You eat, and then you come. You're on your own. There's no catering. There's no film to watch. There's no strength and conditioning guy. You're on your own.
Hey, is that guy going to put his cigarette out? He runs the organization. He's going to be smoking in your face.
In your face during the game.
Never mind, by the way, and again, I don't mean to always contextualize it this way, but let's not forget that Bill Russell did all of this.
Black guy in Boston?
In a city that's notorious for its racism and in an era that was notorious for not really being behind the supportive causes of black people at that time.
I'm just saying, why can't we look at
this
a
was
situation
a little bit of a different situation,
and say,
yes.
That guy was awesome.
He was.
And look at his situation today and say, that guy's awesome.
I believe Bill Russell, to that point, was the first black head coach in the NBA. So, I mean, again, he kicked down doors for people. He coached a few different basketball teams. He did it. I mean, this guy, that's why he's a legacy. That's why he's a legend.
Back from the dead.
Well, you know what?
Tweeting from the beyond.
If anybody could do it, he could.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ryan Day gets a commit. Details next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza.
We've got some slow traffic causing a delay on westbound 670 between 71 and 3rd Street. And keep an eye out for a disabled vehicle on the right shoulder of eastbound 70 on the west side near Mound Street. This report is sponsored by Pierre's Ice Cream. Pierre's Ice Cream Ingredients Inspection. Line up. Cream to the right, chocolate chunks left. Caramel looking smooth. Every cookie, berry, chip, and chunk earns its place in Pierre's Ice Cream. Made in Ohio, made with the best. Pierre's, we've got your flavor. I'm Nicole for 97.1, The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Glow Fiber. Glow Fiber Business is now in Ohio. With prepackaged and customized fully fiber optic business internet solutions, call 1-833-WANT-GLOW or visit glowfiberbusiness.com today.
Father's Day is Sunday, June 16th, and you'll find super savings for super dads with one stop at Meijer. Get a great price on grilling favorites like certified Angus beef boneless ribeye steak, and pick up bulk large sweet cherries for $2.99 per pound. Plus, shoes for the family are buy one, get one for $1. Shop Father's Day deals and the same low Meijer prices online and in store. Exclusions apply. See all the deals in the Meijer app.
Hey guys, it's summer and time to do more outdoors, but do you feel out of energy, lacking motivation and mental focus? It could be low testosterone. Low T affects millions of men and happens naturally. The solution? Testosterone replacement therapy at Low T Center. It starts with a quick test and results are fast. Don't wait. Take control of your health. And now, Low T Center is offering a free initial test. So if you're over 30, schedule a visit at lowtcenter.com today. Offer till July 6th. That's lowtcenter.com. Terms and conditions apply.
Don't miss the Jeep Make This the Summer event, where right now, well-qualified lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2024 Jeep Compass Limited 4x4 for $379 a month for 42 months with $3,836 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra. No security deposit required. Call 1-888-925-JEEP for details. Requires dealer contribution and lease through Stellantis Financial. Extra charge for miles over 35,000. Not all customers will qualify. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 7/1/2024. Jeep is a registered trademark.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here, and the playoff action is here. And there isn't a more rewarding sportsbook in the game than Tipico. Get ready to bet on the biggest games of the year, the playoff basketball, the hockey, the actions every night. You want to make the most of every game, you've got to bet with Tipico. You'll get up to 5% cash back on your bets. Claim your new sign-up bonus now and get $150 in protected bets when you deposit $100. Sign up now. Enter the promo code TheFan150 to get your bonus. Download the Tipico Sportsbook app today. Must be 21 or older and physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions do apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
All your favorite fan shows are on YouTube. Watch us live or on demand by searching 971 The Fan. Which fan host will awkwardly scratch their privates? Let's find out together. Find us on YouTube. The Fan.
It's the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. So give your friends something to look at and make this a summer to share and save with a capable Kia SUV like the Sorento, Sportage, Seltos, or Telluride, or a powerful sedan like the fun-to-drive Forte, each backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty. And for a limited time, get 1.9% APR for 48 months for well-qualified buyers and $1,000 bonus cash on specially tagged 2024 Sportage and Sorento models. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Financing for 24 to 48 months from Kia Finance, subject to credit approval for purchase of a new 2024 Sportage or Sorento. Excludes hybrids and PHEVs. $21.65 per month per $1,000 financed at 48 months. $1,000 bonus cash on specially tagged models must be applied as down payment. Must take delivery by 7/8/24. Limited inventory. Warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See retailer for details.
If your garage door is so old that it's got cave paintings and hieroglyphics drawn on the inside, we are Deluxe Door Systems. For 30 years, transforming the look of people's homes with beautiful Clopay doors for less than you think. DeluxeDoorSystems.com.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from the other window place.
Wilson, what's with the magic wand?
I'm trying to make our screens do that vanishing thingy yours do.
You mean the disappearing roll screens? Where the screen is there if you want it, or retracts and disappears if you don't?
Yeah, now, is that done with real magic?
No, it's not.
So I should probably take back the wizard's robe.
Yeah, I would. Get the window that Columbus homeowners rate the most trusted at PellaColumbus.com.
More and more people are falling into problem gambling. Mary Haven's experts offer comprehensive care. You and your loved ones can count on mental, emotional, and financial guidance.
Confidential and judgment-free. Go to MaryHaven.com today.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Off Topic is on brand. This is Man and Bone.
Happy Monday. So glad you've tuned in. It's Yikes Monday. Yikes 1 hour from now. And then Jason's Beef 2 hours from now. And then 3 hours from now, I am tucked into an Arby's 5 for 5.
Oh, yeah.
Panthers and Oilers game 2 is tonight in Florida. Bob stood on his head in game 1. Shut out the Oilers.
Yeah, Bob had himself a night, clearly. And I mean, think about this. Was that last year's playoffs? Am I wrong? That he was not didn't he kind of get replaced? Or was that 2 years ago?
They had, no, I mean, if you look at the years all get jumbled up.
I know. But he had,
he was alternating time with another jabron whose name I have forgotten.
Right. And even when they made that deal many years ago now with the Jackets, when he first went down there after his first year, people were writing that deal off as this is one of the worst contracts in the NHL.
And now I'm reading an article today, rightfully so, about a 35-year-old guy who's won 2 Vezina trophies and may in fact be a Hall of Famer.
Oh, if he gets a Stanley Cup, doesn't that make sense?
Oh, absolutely.
I'm saying, what an arc for Bob if he can go. And again, it's these Stanley Cup finals. Let's not give anybody any trophies yet or anything, but that is the discussion now. That's the stakes for him. is that if he and this team can get it done, obviously it's huge for that area, it's huge for that franchise, but then for him personally, it may make the difference between him getting into the Hall of Fame.
I generally do not root for teams from Florida. I don't like those people down there. They're front runners for the most part when it comes to showing up to their sports teams. They act like they've been fans forever, when in reality they just paid a bunch of money to go to the latest hot event. Right?
Sure.
But the last 2 years with the Florida Panthers, last year, Matt Tkachuk was sort of like the story.
Yeah.
Right? Like, look at this guy. Look at this tough guy scoring these goals. And I fell in love with the way they played hockey. And now this year, Bob is the story. And, of course, here we know all about Bob. Vezina Trophy twice. I contend the second best player that ever put on a Blue Jacket uniform. And when he's done, you retire his number in the rafters. And in years past, a run like this would have chapped my ass because I'd be bitter and jealous and sitting there saying, why not for my team?
Well,
maybe I'll get there again once my team rises up from the ashes. But right now, they're not relevant enough for me to care. I'm rooting for this.
Well, I am too. And I'll tell you, I don't even know if it's second best at this point. Like, I mean, if we're talking about, I'm not saying if we're talking about the time he was here even,
all right, that's
you just
fair.
want to limit it to that. Obviously, he wasn't here as long as 61. 61 has a number in the rafters for a reason, and that's because he's a great player and is obviously the first great we had. But I feel a lot like even with the Crew and Brian McBride. Brian McBride was the first great player the Columbus Crew had. He was also the first player they ever had, for what it's worth, because they drafted him with their very first pick. But that was not the pinnacle of soccer, right? That is, and there were better players that came not long after him that were better than him, and it was tough for us as Crew fans to acknowledge that. I think for Jackets fans, it can be a little tough to say someone was better than Rick Nash. But I think Bob is the guy that probably, qualifies, certainly by the hardware. And if you want to say longevity, were he and Rick Nash here about the same amount of time? I mean, Rick seems like he was here longer.
Bob was here for 7 years.
Right.
How long was Rick here?
Well, that's what I'm trying to think. I think it was probably longer than that, but let me double check. Because I'm saying outside of the longevity thing here, there's really, I think from a trophy standpoint, Rick Nash was never the best player in the NHL at his position. He was a very good player at his position, one of the best, but never the best, I don't think. And Bob certainly had the hardware to prove
How long
that.
was Nash here?
9 seasons.
9.
Not that much longer.
No.
So, again, that's not to discount Rick Nash. That's to tell you
we're splitting hairs here.
How good Bob was. But either way, yes, I'm with you. The number goes up the second he's able to. And then, if he gets into the Hall of Fame, that will be a very deserved honor, I feel like, for Sergei Bobrovsky. But right now, that's not the task at hand. It's 3 more games, and then you hopefully can hoist a trophy.
Connor McDavid sucks.
Well, it's 1 game.
Sucks.
I wouldn't talk that talk just yet. Let's see Bob make 3 more games like he just had in game 1, and then we can have that discussion.
Ryan Day gets another commit, 2025 class. The number 2 safety in the 2025 class. His name is Fahim Delaney. Is it Delaney?
It's spelled like Delaney, except there's no
Delane.
There's no Y on the end, so it's either Delane or Delaney.
Okay,
I'm not sure.
Anyway, he's a number 2 safety in the 2025 class. Trying to look for his measurables here.
Well, he is, I know, one of a few safeties that they have in this recruiting class, which is going to be important here coming up the next year or two, because you could have a lot of guys walking out that door in that secondary.
He was offered 2 years ago. At the time, developed a strong rapport with then safeties coach Perry Eliano. No measurables in this article. What the hell?
What's his name?
What
again?
are we doing? Fahim Delaney or Delane?
Yeah.
I'm going to say he's awesome.
He does go to Our Lady Good Counsel. He is 6'2.5", 195 pounds, according to 24/7 Sports.
You know what I'm going to say right now?
What's that?
Better than Tyvus Powell.
Go ahead and say it.
Better.
The schools that were after him, apparently, that he had on his list?
Oh, he's a number 2 safety in the class. I assume lots of people.
Yeah. Some interesting names here. Bama, Auburn. Makes sense. He's from Maryland, but he obviously had both Alabama big-time schools there. Boston College interested in him. Then Albany State. No, it's just what they have listed. Man. Maybe it's alphabetical order. Maybe it's everybody.
In this world of NIL, I don't laugh at anything anymore.
No,
I guess.
I think that's just alphabetical order, because they literally have about every top 25 program and then some has offered this guy. So, yeah, that's all.
Jake Diebler meeting with the media today ahead of hoops workouts this week. He said he's working on a home-and-home with a big program to start this season at home.
Okay.
So we don't know who it is. I asked Timmy because he was down there if there was any down low that I could spill the beans on. He said no. He doesn't know. So I don't know if we're talking about a program like Tennessee or we're talking about a big-time Big East program. I have no idea.
I'm going to just go ahead and throw this out there. It's UConn.
Yeah?
Let's get measured against the best. Let's go right
Breaking
up to
news?
it. No. It's my speculation. That's my pure
Speaking of UConn,
rampant speculation.
Dan Hurley has said no thank you to the Lakers, and he is staying at UConn. And the biggest joke of the day, I heard Keel say, yeah, UConn's working on a new contract for him. I'm sure they are. He's won back-to-back national championships, and the Lakers have been courting him.
Well, let's also not lose sight of something. I think this is always worth noting. The way Woj reported that was not... Woj didn't report that like he usually does. The usual reports coming from Adrian Wojnarowski are, breaking news. So-and-so has signed a deal. Such and such, deal is currently being finalized. Deal is imminent.
Yeah, what was this? They're preparing an offer? Was that
it? The post was they're preparing an offer. And then we had this whole weekend long, I guess last weekend, this past weekend, saga where he was traveling to go listen to the offer and hear all their plans they had for him and him, talking to them. If you didn't know better, you'd almost say this might be a ploy to just make sure you get the most money possible out of UConn. Not that he should need it, given you just went back to back. I would think if he said, I need this number to stay at UConn,
what type of leverage do you need?
Well, apparently the leverage that he wants is the type of leverage that required the Lakers to at least be a part of this deal. Now, the benefit here for the Lakers, I'm not saying they weren't serious in conversations. I do question how much Dan Hurley said, what I'd like to do? Go oversee LeBron's kid and maybe the last year or two of LeBron's legacy. And then if it doesn't work out, I get blamed for all of it. Then I'll get to oversee the Lakers during a rebuild, because once LeBron leaves, it's a rebuild. And then maybe after 5 or 6 years, if they'll keep me around that long, maybe we can start winning basketball again. In a league I've never coached in, with salary cap and all these other things to be considered, while he's got a perfectly humming and running machine there in UConn, it seemed like weird timing to me. And it turns out it may have just been a little bit of a ploy by everybody to help him get the best deal possible. I don't blame him for exploring the offer. I just wonder how serious he ever was about it.
The U.S. could win a gold medal before the Olympics even start. Details next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza.
You're going to find traffic is moving slowly and causing a couple-minute delay on southbound 270 on the East Outer Belt between Main Street and I-70. And traffic is also slow on northbound 71 on the south side between Greenlawn Avenue and 315. This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on anyone else. So if you drive safely, you could save money. Good to know. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today. I'm Nicole for 97.1, The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Earn a $200 cash bonus at BMI Federal Credit Union when you open a new free checking account. Visit bmifcu.org/free for more details.
Atlas Butler is built to keep you comfortable, and our plumbing services are no exception. You can rely on Atlas Butler for trusted, convenient plumbing and drain service. Our expert plumbers and drain specialists can take care of anything, from a broken water heater to a clogged drain. Call today, get it fixed today. That's our pledge to you.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Ready for an amazing deal? BreezeLine's fiber-powered internet, starting at $19.99 per month, offers the reliability you deserve and security you can trust. Whether you're streaming, gaming, or working from home, we've got all your needs covered with speeds up to 1 gig and our 2-year price lock guarantee. This deal gets even better with 2 free months of internet, free equipment, and free Wi-Fi your way to protect against cyber threats. Act now. Terms and conditions apply. Offer expires July 8th, 2024. Learn more at breezeline.com.
Don't miss the Jeep Make This the Summer event, where right now, well-qualified lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2024 Jeep Compass Limited 4x4 for $379 a month for 42 months with $3,836 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra. No security deposit required. Call 1-888-925-JEEP for details. Requires dealer contribution and lease through Stellantis Financial. Extra charge for miles over 35,000. Not all customers will qualify. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 7/1/2024. Jeep is a registered trademark.
Hey, what's up, Buckeye Nation? It's Cardell Jones. Join me Saturday, July 20th at Huntington Park for the Smith's Cardell Jones Charity Softball Game presented by Monogram Homes and the U.S. Air Force. Come check out former Buckeye greats take on this year's current Buckeye stars such as Emeka Ibuka, Jaden Ballard, and many more. Come see and meet the Buckeyes before they hit the field this fall. Gates open at 5 p.m. Contests and prizes all night long. Home run derby at 6:30 and the game to follow. Tickets available at BuckeyeCruise.com. Why picnic when you can smicknick? Get your $10 tickets now at BuckeyeCruise.com.
The Fan is your home for the Dallas Cowboys.
No, we're not. You can't say that. Take two.
The Fan is your home of the Buckeyes. Yes, that's right. Same thing, but more playoff success. Now give Big Voice Guy another brandy. Thank you. The Fan.
The countdown to Miss Twin Peaks 2024 is on, and voting for Miss Popular is officially live. Head over to MissTwinPeaks2024.com to learn more about the contest and cast your 5 votes for your favorite Twin Peaks girl.
The Columbus Men's Clinic opened in 2014 for guys who get it done. Let's talk, fellas. You solve problems all day at work. You fix your sink when it's broken. But when it comes to ED and low T, it doesn't get done. We get it. You hate going to the doctor, but you're the guy that fixes things. At the Columbus Men's Clinic, there's nothing to fear and no reason to delay. We've been destroying bedroom boredom for a decade. So if you haven't fixed this, call us. When the pills fail, call us. If you feel like you've tried everything, call us. Here, there's hope. From the conventional to the next level. You'll be seen by our friendly, discreet physician who will take the time to listen. Imagine finally taking care of this with no surgery. Imagine going from feeling gray to living life in vibrant color. It's time to be confident. Join the thousands of guys who have found success after walking through our doors. Will you be one of them? Dial 614-300-7400 or go to ColumbusMen'sClinic.com to schedule a $99 male performance consultation, including blood work. Do it for you. Do it for her. ColumbusMen'sClinic.com. Book your appointment now.
The Sign and Drive Green Tag event continues, offering 0% for 84 months with no money down on a John Deere compact utility tractor with loader. Limited time offer. Visit your local Ag Pro today or go online to agproco.com for more information.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the 3rd time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Federal Elite Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Today's special value is 3 hours of stupid. You're listening to Common Man and T-Bone.
Let me tell you what you need to do as a way to enhance the show. If you call yourself a super fan of this show and you have not checked out the YouTube chat, then you're doing it wrong. Go to YouTube. Search for 971 The Fan. Click on the live button. You'll see us. Hello, I'm waving at you. I'm not the star of the show. Bone's not the star of the show.
No.
The star of the show is the chat that pops up on the right side of your screen. You have never seen degenerates like this. You are my guys and gals.
Oh.
Keep it up.
They are, it's wild, man. Looking through that chat, they do not miss a thing either. If we say something and we get it wrong, they correct us.
You eat and then you come.
That's right. Yeah,
I don't even know that I'm saying it. All right, I just say it. I apologize.
There's nothing
we'll
to
use it as a
apologize
drop.
for. Sure.
I have some bad news.
What's that?
So I told you today is the start of the Arby's 5 roast beef sandwiches for $5 promotion. It's back. It's on their app.
Don't tell me that you were wrong.
No, I wasn't wrong. It's there. You can get it. The problem is with Arby's now.
What?
The people who have gone and gotten it have informed me that they are limiting you to 1 per week. You can only get 1 5 for 5 this week.
What?
Yes. So if you get it today, then you're out of luck for the rest of the week, unless you open up another rewards account with a fake email address and just keep going with a new rewards account.
Arby's, you cheap bastards. What is going on here? It's not like you're doing it for a year. It's not like it's permanent. It's 1 week. You can't even keep it together for 1 week to let us all have our 5 for 5s, let everybody see how good your sandwiches are. Do you know how many jokes people make about Arby's? Do you know how much people like Mike and I take crap for defending Arby's? We say it and people mock us. Now we tell them, go 5 for 5, try it out. And you're saying, yeah, but only one for this entire promotion.
Limit one per customer.
Per week. And it's only a 1 week promotion.
Yes. You can cheat the system.
I may not even go.
You're going to go.
That's a complete lie. I will go immediately after work and get it. But I'm just saying, I was planning on going every day this week. And they knew I was going to get them I was going to bust them up for 25 roast beef sandwiches at least. And now that's just a pipe dream.
Yeah, but you know what? It's not like you're just going and getting that. Chances are you're going to get a drink.
Yeah, I would have got other stuff. I can't
Maybe
resist.
a Jamocha shake.
You know what I can't resist? There's the mozzarella sticks. They are good. They're incredible.
You know who's got sneaky good mozzarella sticks?
Who's that?
White Castle.
Well, that I know. It's not a secret for me. But maybe if you don't know that, you should check them out. They're the breaded ones, not the battered ones.
Correct.
For what that matters.
The Olympics are coming. However, the U.S. could win a gold medal before the Olympics even start.
Yes, you might remember the case of Kamila Valieva. She was a Russian figure skater who won gold, or
she was like 16 years old, right?
Well, not necessarily. I don't know what her age was, but she was popped for doping. So she was on the team of Russia. Russia won the team gold medal in figure skating at the most recent Winter Olympics. So there is, because of that being found that there was doping, she's accused of that. This has now gone to the Court of Arbitration for Sport. Mm-hmm. They're having a hearing Wednesday on all three of Russia's appeals, where she was essentially, and the team was essentially stripped of their medal because of the doping case. Well, this is the appeal. So they're going to hear that. They're going to issue a ruling. Whenever that ruling comes down, they theoretically could say, okay, we uphold your appeal and let's have at it, and they keep it going. Or they could just dismiss the appeal and that's it. If this thing is dismissed, then that means the U.S. would be awarded the gold medal because Russia would be thrown out of this. And they are saying that if that happens, they could be awarded the gold medal in Paris during the Summer Olympics coming up in a month or so.
So they have a ceremony.
Yes.
Even though this happened 2 years ago.
And didn't happen in the summer, or at least it wasn't for the Summer Olympics. They would be, yes, awarding them the gold medal for figure skating at a ceremony at the Olympics. So
let them live.
I like it. I hope it happens. I hope they get the cheaters thrown out.
Caitlin Clark, not selected for the U.S. Olympic team. Everybody's got a hot take on everything Caitlin Clark. So let me get yours. Go ahead.
I don't have a hot take on it. It's very simple to me. When Christian Laettner got put into the Dream Team, a lot of people thought that was silly, right? A lot of people thought that was ridiculous. I think there is a case to be made that Caitlin Clark is unlike any college basketball player we've seen, with the amount of hype and the amount of talent that she clearly possesses coming into her league. However, I also think the women's the Dream Team, women's Dream Team that they're doing here, this is full of players who have shown the ability to win in this competition, something she has not had the opportunity to do. Also, it is full of basketball players who may not have played a full college season and then now are in the midst of their WNBA season. We've all noted it. You've watched her games. I've watched her games. She doesn't look quite like the same player, in part because the WNBA is tougher, but also because she's had a lot of miles on those legs over the last 6 months.
Yeah.
So I could understand from a basketball perspective where you might say, as the people who make decisions with USA basketball, you know what, it's just not the right timing. If she had finished her college career and then we were making this decision in December, that might be different. But we're not. We're making it right after all this deep run in the tournament, all these minutes she has to play when she's playing at Iowa because they didn't have anybody else to help her out. Yeah, I don't think it's a totally This is not about trying to punish her or reward all the other players. This is about you've played so many minutes lately, it probably doesn't make a lot of sense to put you out there when we need fresh legs.
Now, she said all the right things. She was asked about this yesterday, said that she's, not disappointed. It gives her something to look forward to. She said all the right things. But I don't understand why every guy with a dong, as opposed to guys without dongs.
Well,
guy with a dong on TV has to have such a flaming hot take on Caitlin Clark all the time. I saw Shannon Sharp today, and I generally like Shannon Sharp. But Shannon Sharp was on this big warpath about how isn't the goal to grow the game? If the goal is to grow the game, what are they doing? Shannon, the goal is to win a tournament.
Yeah.
Okay, look, and I know that you're probably not qualified and I'm not qualified. I know that for a fact to tell you who the 12 best women's basketball players in America are.
Oh, I'm for sure not. I agree with you.
But you know who is? Probably the person who puts together this damn team.
You know the worst part of all this is, well, not the worst, but one of the negative side effects of all this is I was watching the same thing. I saw the clip of Stephen A. and Shannon Sharp, and they had a couple of women's basketball experts on, former players, and it resulted in, once again, Stephen A. Smith yelling at women who covered the WNBA and have for a long time. Some of them have played in it.
We've started to pay attention to this in 5 minutes.
And he's yelling at them, mansplaining their sport to them.
That's stupid.
And they're your experts. They're who you brought on to say, tell me about what this is. Tell me good or bad. And then he lectures them, and then he wonders why everybody says, Stephen A., that's not a great look. That's not probably good. He doesn't get why that's a bad thing.
The worst quarterback of all time is making things juicy. Details next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza.
You're looking at a couple-minute delay if you need to travel southbound 315 between 670 West and Town Street. And there's also slow traffic on southbound 71 on the north side between 17th Avenue and 11th Avenue. This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know there's a better way to do things, like bundling your home and auto insurance with Allstate. Why make things harder than they need to be? There's a better way to save time and money. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today. I'm Nicole for 97.1, The Fan Traffic.
Common Man here for Universal Windows Direct. Universal Windows Direct is the best. Why? Number one, they have the best technology. They have window systems that last up to 5 times longer than the other jabronis. Plus, they back it up with a true lifetime warranty for as long as you own your home and a 20-year warranty to the next homeowner. And how about the deals? 0% financing for 60 months. That's 5 years. Restrictions apply because they always do. Call them today, 614-502-5220. Schedule your free in-home estimate. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to uwd.com.
This is Paige, owner of Awaken 180, with a buzz term for you, GLP-1. The buzz part doesn't mean GLP-1 isn't important. Quite the opposite. GLP-1 is a crucial hormone produced in our gut that regulates blood sugar and appetite. Basically, it helps control our weight. The buzz is because pharmaceutical companies are positioning medications as your only treatment option. But that's not true. Losing weight with Awaken 180 already supports GLP-1 function, and we're now introducing GLP-1 Balance. GLP-1 Balance by Awaken 180 addresses the root causes of weight issues by focusing on nutrition, gut health, and sleep. By addressing these areas, your body naturally balances GLP-1 levels, making weight loss easier and more sustainable without lifelong medications or side effects. If you're curious about GLP-1 Balance and how it can work for you, talk with us. Find us online at awaken180weightloss.com. Awaken 180, your long-term solution for weight loss.
A healthy body needs good food. This summer, the Ohio Department of Education and Workforce is sponsoring Sun Meals, a summer food program where kids eat free. Children under 18 receive healthy meals and no sign-up is required. Locations may be right in your neighborhood. Call 1-866-348-6479 or visit education.ohio.gov/kidseat for meal locations and times. That's education.ohio.gov/kidseat.
It was a quiet night in Columbus, maybe a little too quiet. Me, Philip Flapper, plumbing detective. I was finishing up for the night when she walked in. Long hair, 2 legs, a couple of arms, a nose, elbows. Pretty standard equipment for this neighborhood. I looked at her, she looked at me, and then we did that thing where we both spoke at the same time. What can I do for you? I'm sorry, that was awkward. We went on to talk about clogs, funny odors, water going down the drain too slow. This is above my pay grade, I told her, and gave her this website, apexpros.com. They're the pros who knows, the kinds of plumbers who don't mind getting their hands dirty. And believe me, what's down those pipes is dirty. Ugh. Call the pros, Apex Pros. And that was it. She walked out of my life, using those legs I told you about earlier.
Hi, it's Alex, the friendly Apex Bear from Apex Pros. Apex plumbers are the pros who knows. ApexPros.com.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars, Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. I'm Paul Keels. Dan Hurley said no thanks to the Los Angeles Lakers, who offered the UConn coach their position, their head coaching job. It's reported that Hurley turned down a 6-year, $70 million deal. He is in talks with UConn about a new deal with the Huskies. Game 2 of the NHL Stanley Cup Finals tonight, Edmonton at Florida. Panthers won the opening game against the Oilers. You can hear that game tonight on ESPN Columbus. The U.S. Golf Association today announced an exemption for Adam Scott to play in the U.S. Open. This due to the absence of Grayson Murray, who passed away last month. For Scott, it keeps his streak going of playing in 92 consecutive majors and 23 straight U.S. Opens. Baseball off day for both Cleveland and Cincinnati. The Guardians and the Reds will meet in Cincinnati tomorrow. Columbus Clippers have the day off also. They'll host Iowa tomorrow. Pittsburgh Steelers have given Coach Mike Tomlin a 3-year contract extension. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Your undisputed leader in talking about nothing. This is Man and Bone.
Happy Monday. If you have not already done so, please go to wherever you get your audio. Search Common Man and T-Bone. Click subscribe.
Yes.
Click. Every single show comes right to your device, free of charge. The podcast is brought to you by our friends, Care Heating and Cooling.
Can I add one more Caitlin Clark thought before we move along? And this is just to reinforce the idea that the conversation around her has just gotten weird with a lot of people who otherwise seem to have fairly reasonable sports takes from time to time. But like the Stephen A's, I'm not surprised. But there are other people who are like freaking out that Caitlin Clark is apparently not going to be on the U.S. Olympic team. And I find it odd because the argument that is being made by a lot of these people is, well, don't you want people to watch this? Don't you want people to pay attention? Don't you want people to, you know, where's your, Stephen A. today was yelling about, where's your marketing savvy? Don't you want to market the game? But yet, those same people, 9 times out of 10, tend to rail on it when something is done purely for publicity, right? When someone does something purely just to cynically get you to watch. So I don't understand the argument now, which is, you should put someone who you don't think necessarily needs to be on that team on the team just so everyone will watch. Even if she's not going to play a ton, the headaches and the downsides for putting Caitlin Clark on that Olympic team make less and less sense the more I think about it. Not because she's not talented, but because if she's not starting and playing like all the minutes, there's going to be complaints. Why is she not playing? Why is this not happening? Why is that not happening? So if they weren't going to play her a ton, I think it's better to just leave her off. It makes sense to me.
Bone, who's the worst NFL quarterback of all time?
According to you,
yes.
It is.
Well, not according to that. It's fact.
Okay. All right. Then it is Ken Dorsey.
Ken Dorsey, who happens to be the new Browns offensive coordinator. Mm-hmm. Alex Van Pelt is dead. So Ken Dorsey comes in. They've been doing some work, obviously, some OTAs. David Njoku, who once upon a time wanted out, but he's still here, was talking to the Akron Beacon Journal. And he said about the way the offense looks under Ken Dorsey, it is juicy. That's a direct quote. I'm not going to say anything else. Leave it at that. But I'm really excited for this year. Juicy.
Well, that's coming from a guy who last year, I want to say, had like 80 catches and 900 yards in the offense they were running last year. And if he's saying, I think I'm going to have a chance to really have some opportunities, if that's what I'm reading juicy to mean, is that there's a lot of opportunities for him. Ken Dorsey has been known with the Bills. That was the thought, was that he leaned a little too much on the pass. He was very much in favor of that, not as much on running the ball. Might have been a personnel thing there in Buffalo. Don't know. But what I do know is in Cleveland, it sounds like they want to get away a little bit from running the football as much. They were, I think, the top five for rushing attempts last year even with the injury to Nick Chubb. So they clearly like to run the football. That's something Stefanski has liked to do. They, it looks like, want to get away from that and be a little more pass happy. So Deshaun Watson, you want your chance. This is it. Go show everybody what you can do. Once you get your shoulder all healed up and you're out there, this is where we find out if that guy that they paid all this money to is actually still that guy.
More NFL news. Mike Tomlin and the Steelers agreed to a 3-year contract extension today. This was the final year of his contract. They've extended him through the 2027 season. Let him live. He's been there forever. I spent my evening last night watching Roku channel.
Yeah, I've never clicked on the Roku channel.
You got to click on it, man.
What do they have on there?
Because they have like specialty channels, and they change them up sometimes. But if like you're a big fan of the Unsolved Mysteries from back in the day, the Robert Stack version,
I know what you're talking about.
They've got an entire channel that just plays Unsolved Mysteries on a loop.
Okay, so they play like nostalgia stuff. They play stuff from the old
but
days.
there's a million channels on there. When I say Roku channel, it's not just one channel.
It's like an app that has a million things.
It's got a million different little TV networks on there.
By the way, promise, we're not being paid by them to do this. I just genuinely have never clicked on it, and Mike apparently has. So that's where my curiosity is.
It's free.
That's also
you don't have to pay for it. So they had a channel devoted to old Maury Povich episodes.
Yeah.
So I watched like 5 hours of paternity tests and lie detector stuff last night. Just seeing the best of humanity.
That's quite an evening to watch. I gotta say, I've never watched Maury After Dark. I've only seen Maury Povich when there's daylight, natural sunlight is emanating through windows in my space.
At first it felt odd.
I'm saying it would be weird to be like, all right, primetime viewing, my box of popcorn or my bowl of popcorn and some drink, and now we're gonna watch paternity tests. I'm surprised.
They had older stuff. I mean, some stuff was from 2010, pre-HD Maury, and then some of the newer stuff. But this is a guy who just retired from this 2 years ago. He's like 86 years old.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
That's still unfathomable to me that he wanted to do that for that long.
He was a serious journalist. His father, Shirley Povich, yes, man named Shirley,
sure,
was one of the pioneer sports writers in America. He's in the Journalism Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
Maury comes along, attended the finest finishing schools on the East Coast. I don't know, probably.
Sure.
But he became a broadcast journalist. He, for years, did A Current Affair.
Oh, yes, that's right.
He was there. He married Connie Chung.
Hardcore news person in her own way.
Right, I mean, they're just both hardcore journalists. And Maury Povich made his entire fortune by sitting down and reading paternity tests and lie detector stuff. And for a while, he probably resisted. But then he just said, you know what? I'm here. This is easy. They're paying me millions upon millions of dollars. Why am I fighting this?
He probably had a producer or somebody that helped to get that show off the ground. He said, what would make this great is if we did a little bit more of the, to use David Njoku's term, a little bit more of a juicy offense, and try to go out there. Right? And just
tell you something,
let's put some stuff out there and see what happens. And he probably for years was like, no. Okay, fine. Let's do one of these episodes to shut you up. And then they came back and said, guess what? You just tripled your ratings with this one episode.
I would watch like bits and pieces of Maury, like 15 minutes at a time. Normally, you get hooked on one story, then you see the lie detector, and then you move on. I watched 5 hours of this last night. Here's what I've decided over those 5 hours. Gross people have a lot of sex. A lot. I mean, these are the most disgusting trolls in the history of the world. And they're coming on and they're talking about their threesomes and foursomes and how they had sex with this guy's dad and how this one woman's in trying to get a paternity test and she's narrowed it down to 12 different men that could be the father of her child.
Wow.
Like, these people are banging all the time. All the time.
There's a lot of banging, dude.
And I guess the moral of the story is, and maybe you know this if you're listening, just lower your standards and you can have all the sex you want. There's someone out there willing to be gross with you. Okay. Maybe you say, I'm gross. No, there's someone grosser that will do it with you.
Well, I mean, can I say, I don't think was that in dispute?
I guess it wasn't in dispute, but it was on full display last night. I'd forgotten about it.
What I'm saying is, how many times have people, maybe got some attention from someone that they're like, yeah, but I'm not attracted to you. But then they're like, sure, I'm not attracted, so I'm not really into that. But thank you, and then they move on. Like, I'm sure that's happened to lots of people lots of times. It's when you I think there has to be something to the effect where all these people from, like, New York City, Chicago, San Francisco, giant metro areas, or did they tend to skew a little bit,
Look, man,
maybe under the population of, let's say, a few thousand people in the town?
I don't know. There are hillbillies and trash everywhere you go. Big cities, small towns.
I'm not talking about trash. I'm not talking about hillbilly. What I'm saying is, if you don't have a lot going on in your town, guess what suddenly sounds like a lot more fun?
I guess.
Just getting together with whoever's. That's one of the oldest forms of entertainment ever.
The other thing everyone has on this show is they all have Greg Oden disease. Barbara Bush disease. We've talked about that.
Sure.
Where Barbara Bush looked like she was 80 years old when she was 25.
Yes, she's looked the same for like 40 years.
Greg Oden comes in. What is he, 50? Oh, no, he's 18 years old. Let him live. He just has that look to him.
Had an older face. Yes.
I'm watching these shows, and they put the ages on the screen, next to the graphic of the name. Mm-hmm. Claire, 26. She looks 60. What the hell is happening?
I've noticed, at least the few times I've watched some of those paternity test shows, especially when there's ones where there involves like someone's stepdad, and then that, like there's multiple generations involved in the sex having, for lack of a better term. There are times where they'll put together like someone's grandma, like the grandma, the daughter, and then the granddaughter, the daughter, and the granddaughter, I guess, are all on the stage, and they'll be arguing about something, and I'm like, I can't tell which one is closer in age to which.
And
like,
they've all done it with the same guy.
Right. And it's all three of them have had sex with one dude.
One woman comes out talking about her granddaughter, and I swear to God, she was 29 years old.
Dude, I am not lying about this. This is a real story that happened with our former producer, Pork Chop, many years ago. We went down to Tennessee. We were going to a NASCAR race. We stopped in, I believe, what is the town? Now I'm blanking on it. I don't want to say the wrong town, but it was a town right off the freeway, and it literally went to a bar because it said the name of the place was their underlying title was this town's only sports bar. Not best, not most TVs, not coldest beer, only sports bar. So we go in, we're having a good time, we sat there for a few hours, had some drinks, watched some football. As we're leaving...
You guys did it with the whole town?
No. As we're leaving, there was a guy we'd seen this guy and these two women in the bar with him, and one woman was clearly older than the girl and the guy, who seemed to be about the same age. Girl and the guy seemed to be in their mid-20s. Woman clearly looked like she's in her 40s or 50s. We go outside, and they are all three making out with each other. And we're waiting for an Uber to pick us up, and they were too, and they just start chatting us up, and they're like, hey, what are you guys doing? And Pork Chop, producer, starts talking to them. And then
you want to get in on this, T-Bone?
The girl starts talking to him. Not to me. No, I was clearly out. And he was too. He didn't have any interest in this, but they just started talking to him, and he's being friendly. And next thing you know, the old lady comes over, kind of puts her arm on his shoulder a little bit.
Oh, yes.
And then at that point, the Uber got there, and we said, gotta go. Now, again, that's probably stilting my perception of these relationships, but it does seem like when there's not a lot to do in your town, everybody's a little more attractive.
Everybody's bumping uglies. Even if they're really, really ugly.
Those uglies bump.
Fat Boy Food Tip. Coming up next, Colin, Man, and T-Bone on The Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza.
There's some stop-and-go traffic causing a small delay on eastbound 33 between 270 Southeast and Ebright Road, and expect a 5-minute slowdown on northbound 71 on the north side between 670 and 11th Avenue. This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples can print anything you need to move your business forward, like banners, flyers, signs, and catalogs, some even same day. And now at Staples, save up to $50 on your print purchase. Offer ends 7/6. Visit staples.com/print for details. Boost your business with Staples, your local print and marketing expert. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate. And look at you, hands perfectly placed on the wheel, not like the driver to the right of you who's really going after that drum solo. Save with DriveWise in the Allstate app and only pay a rate based on you.
Not available in every state, subject to terms and conditions. Rating factors and savings vary, and in some states your rate could increase with high-risk driving. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
At Sunny Street Cafe, we scoff at the notion that restaurants should only have one tagline.
'Cause we
have 7.
Like our number 4.
Sunny Street Cafe. Breakfast and lunch classics you would expect, and some tasty concoctions you wouldn't.
Now with 8 locations.
Whether you're popping the question or ready to say I do, there's only one true jeweler to shop for your one true love. Hi, it's Alex Johnson from the Diamond Cellar. As a true jeweler, we not only have luxury designer collections to meet your bridal needs, but we also have talented in-house designers who can create something truly one of a kind. For more than 75 years, our expert staff has been caring for couples just like you and providing the absolute lowest prices guaranteed. Visit the Diamond Cellar on Sawmill Road or Easton Town Center. The possibilities are endless.
When life is on hold due to a painful injury or condition, every day counts. Start the path to recovery now with Central Ohio's most trusted team of orthopedic experts. Start with orthopedic1.com.
Rise and shine, jabronis.
What a show this morning.
There's only one place where Buckeye legends lay the smackdown. Morning Juice with Bobby and Beamer.
Weekday mornings starting at 6.
Give me a juice box, biatch.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Big things are happening on the east side.
We're ready to deal. Come negotiate during May's Dealin' Days at Lindsay Honda. Lower payments, better financing, more value for any trade. Shop lindsayhonda.com and see new Hondas with thousands in savings plus many other deals. We'll work hard to get you a payment you can afford. Now during May Dealin' Days at Lindsay Honda.
Honda makes the cars, Lindsay makes the difference.
See lindsayhonda.com for program details.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from the other window place.
So Wilson, how do you show customers what new windows would look like on their home?
Well, we just all close our eyes and imagine what their home would look like. Why, isn't that what you do?
Actually, we've got technology that shows exactly how new windows will look on your home.
So no imagining?
Nope.
And I imagine your customers really like that.
Yeah, they do. Get the window that Columbus homeowners rate the most trusted at PellaColumbus.com.
Do you know someone struggling to figure out their mental health benefits? The Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office is here to help. Find us at insurance.ohio.gov/GETMHIA or call us at 855-438-6442. Don't wait. The Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office can help you figure out what mental health insurance benefits may be in their plan. Call us today at 855-438-6442.
This is the sound of a popular American motorcycle. It's the sound of freedom, the open road, really good times. And this is what it sounds like with a drunk guy in it. How do you like the sound of that? Cops are cracking down on drunk motorcycle riders. If you ride drunk, you will get caught and you will get arrested. Drunk riding. Over the limit, under arrest. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Transportation.
Don't let a cold, sinus infection, or allergies ruin your day. Breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier with Navage. Visit Navage.com, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, or a store near you.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A few clouds around, unseasonably chilly and breezy on this Monday. Temperatures only in the 60s. Overnight, we're going to cool it down. We're going to dry it out. Temperatures around 50 degrees for Tuesday morning. Plenty of sunshine during the afternoon and light winds, low humidity, highs in the mid-70s. With your Doppler 10 forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Barely famous, incredibly stupid. This is Common Man and T-Bone.
Happy Monday. How about that?
How about that?
Walked right in.
Yeah, that's right.
I forgot something on my desk. I wanted to make sure to get it here for Fat Boy Food Tip.
I know you were yes, but you did this with about 4 minutes out of the commercial break gone, and you said, do I have time to go back? And Ted's like, I don't think so, man. And then you were like, well, I'm going anyway.
I knew you'd be able to handle it.
I know.
You and Ted and Timmy's in there.
Well, Timmy just came down and was panicked. He's like, does he know you guys are coming back?
Oh,
we're like,
okay.
yeah. I think he does. I hope he does.
What is that voice?
Huh? Who? Hey, Jonesy.
Hey, Halsey.
I like how Ted's doing it in the background. That's great.
Hey, Mikey.
Oh, hey. How you doing, Timmy?
Hey, Bonesy.
Hey, Teddy.
We're good.
Yes.
This ain't one of them.
No. Probably not.
Common Man and T-Bone have very little value unless they're telling you about all the crap they can shove in your mouth so you can die quicker. It's time for Fat Boy Food Tip. Wait, how do you want me to say it? Tip. This is dumb. I quit.
All right, I'm going to talk to you about cookies.
Yes.
Now, we have crumble cookies,
which I enjoy.
They're very big.
I've had good crumble cookies.
Massive, and I've had some very good ones, too. I've had some flavors that I'd rather forget.
Well, but you know what? I appreciate they're trying different things. Yeah.
They're trying different stuff. Well, there's a new game in town. Not Crumble, Crave Cookies. Crave Cookies. They operate 30 storefronts across the country. They have opened up their first one in Central Ohio in Lewis Center. 5875 Evans Farm Drive, inside of Lewis Center's new Evans Farm development. I have no idea where that is.
Well,
but it's somewhere.
I don't know where that is either, but I'm excited to find out because I will be traveling to wherever this is to try these cookies.
They are offering sizable cookies that come in a huge variety of regularly rotating flavors. Patrons can opt for everything from peanut butter cookies, complete with an entire peanut butter cup baked inside.
Oh, I'm looking at that one, buddy. And let me tell you, it's not just a peanut butter cup. It's called the Reese's Peanut Butter Explosion.
Oh, I'm going to explode right now just thinking about it.
There's Reese's Pieces as chocolate chips in it, and then there is the full peanut butter cup inside of it. Yes.
This looks like the same business concept as Crumble. Big cookies, flavors changing often, but now you have to try both and see which one does it better for your liking.
Yeah. So here's a couple of the flavors they have this week, just because I was looking at them because I love cookies and I may drive up there tonight after I get my Arby's and get some Crave.
Thanks for not sending any over, Crave.
Well, they didn't. Hey, all right. You've thrown the gauntlet out now.
I'm just saying, we are the preeminent fat asses in this market. A stamp of endorsement from us can get you a long way.
Well, here's a cookie they have. They have the Crookie. It says this is only a test kitchen location, so I don't know if we're a test kitchen location. But it says the Crookie is marrying a buttery, flaky layer of a croissant with the soul-satisfying chocolate chip studded embrace of our award-winning chocolate chip cookie. All that apparently is the thing they have all the time. No matter what other flavors are there, they have a chocolate chip cookie always.
They should have a chocolate chip cookie always.
Yeah. They also have on the June monthly cravings list, they have the Rockstar, which is their signature dough, milk chocolate chips, semi-sweet chunks, pretzels, toffee, and sea salt. Sounds almost like a cookie that you've made, although not with the pretzels.
I have made a version with the pretzels before.
Have you?
Yeah, I found that the pretzels got lost in there.
Okay, that's fair.
But it has the salt aspect of that. I love sweet and salty things.
Yep. They have a nutty Nutella chip, which is vanilla dough, hazelnuts, milk chocolate chips, and Nutella drizzle. Sign me up for that. A caramel snickerdoodle dough, caramel bits, cinnamon and sugar, and Ghirardelli caramel drizzle as well.
All right. A lot of drizzling.
And this one looks interesting to me, too. The Coconut Crave. I'm not usually a huge coconut fan, but you'll know why I'm up for this in a second. Signature sugar cookie dough, coconut lime buttercream, fresh lime wedge on top.
You do like the lime.
Yeah. So we got a little bit of a, I'm not going to say it's going all the way to key lime pie levels, but all right, I'll go with you on that one. So those are your flavors at Crave, apparently. And yeah, we welcome them to Columbus. I hope to check them out soon.
Also, we told you about last week that Arby's is doing 5 roast beef sandwiches for $5. This week only.
I feel let down.
In the app. Well, hold on. I'm going to let people know in case they've just tuned in. Maybe you're excited about it. Maybe you said, I'm going to go every day this week. Well, you can't because they're limiting it to 1 this week. You can only get it once. Now, what I suggest you do is scam the system. Fake email addresses, fake award apps. So every time they go, every time you go, it's like a new customer is going. Take advantage of them.
Yeah, I'm saying if they can't, it's only a week anyway. If they can't give you these, roast beef sandwiches 5 for $5 for the week, if you go 5 times, you should get rewarded for that. I'm sorry, that's just stupid. By the way, Mike, I have a hot take.
What's the hot take?
For the Fat Boy Food Tip. And Timmy Hall is here. Teddy is here. I'd like you guys to feel free to jump in. So last night we had a little fire in the backyard, like a fire pit. We did a little, just a little piece of wood, and we set up a little fire.
I assume you weren't.
Tonight would be great for that with the 60s weather.
Well, last night was great for it because it wasn't much hotter. It was much warmer than that. It was chilly out
tonight, there. Teddy. I don't know why I said Teddy. Timmy.
58.
No. The low for me, at least on the phone, says 47.
Oh,
yeah, I saw that. Yep.
Fire pit again, Bone.
The nipples are hard,
2
baby.
nights in a row.
Too cold.
Too cold. You got the fire.
You put a fire on. You start roasting some nuts.
Well, here's the thing. Here's what I was going to say. So we did get the mallows, the marshmallows out, and we did not get the full. Usually we go full s'mores when we're doing this.
Yeah.
So we get the Hershey's bar, we get the graham crackers, we do the whole thing. But we didn't have all that. We just had the marshmallows. And I said, you know what? We haven't toasted marshmallows with the kids. Usually it's always the s'mores thing. So I said, let's just do this. It's simple. We'll do that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Let me tell you something. Not only is there nothing wrong with it, I feel like I don't know why I always jump right to, I got to have all the extras. Because s'mores are great. I love a s'mores. I'm not down on s'mores. However, these little marshmallows just roasted up to perfection and then right off into your mouth. And then by the time you're chewing that one, you're already back in the fire with the next one. There's no assembling a sandwich. There's no trying to hold this messy, gooey mess together. It was just right there on the stick. You eat it, one bite. Everybody knows the rules. Back in we go with another marshmallow. It's beautiful. Yeah. I'm going to say that is underrated when it comes to the s'mores.
But is it better than a s'more?
You know what? And as a prisoner of the moment, I'm going to say yes, it was. I would rather have that
now that's
tonight.
A hot take.
If I'm doing that again tonight, I'd rather have that than the whole s'mores.
Why wasn't, if it's so good, why wasn't the s'more on the Olympic team?
That's right. That's exactly right.
Right?
Yeah,
what, you had food Olympic teams?
No.
No, forget about it, Timmy. It's a dumb joke. I'm sorry for making it.
Caitlin Clark reference. It's okay. We were talking about it earlier. It's fine.
By the way, do you set your marshmallow ablaze?
Yes.
No.
Yes, me too.
I put it right there in the fire.
It's the sole purpose of roasting it is to get it on fire and then blow it out and then eat it.
No, I get like the top will be blackened, but then the sides usually are like a brownish.
I want it all black.
No,
I want it all black, and then I bite into it and it's white.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
I
the
want
thing.
a cancer mallow.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just telling you, that little crusty outside shell, and then you break into it, and it's just goo in there.
Just goo.
Oh, it's so good.
I will say it can't taste as good as having, I would say you could probably leave out the chocolate and go with the graham. If I had to have 2 of the 3, I'd probably leave the chocolate and stay with the marshmallow roasted with the graham for the crunch. That would be great. But it's one of the messiest snacks, and I'm such a clean freak. I can't handle eating messy things. I have to have a sink on standby.
Well,
out of the campfire, I have to have a river or a sink to be able to wash my hands off when I'm done. That's how crazy I am.
I got 3 of them out there, 3 kids eating. And obviously, like the 13-year-old, the 10-year-old know kind of how to do this. But we have a 4-year-old who just takes it by the handful, shoves half of it in her mouth. It all falls all over her shirt. Now I've got she's like a chocolate Easter bunny by the time we're done. It's like great.
How does it sound?
Yeah.
What do you mean, how's it sound? Oh, is that... I didn't know how it sounded. I didn't make a noise. You were making a noise for me.
That's how it sounds.
Yeah. I'm just saying, just the plain roasted marshmallow, severely underrated. I would, you know what, if I went to a gourmet restaurant, they said, we will toast some marshmallows for you right here at the table.
Beautiful.
Tableside toasting of marshmallows.
Beautiful.
I'm ordering like a dozen of those.
Do you have the special camp skewers for doing these? Like that, you can do the hot dogs or the marshmallows or whatever.
I have the metal ones that extend.
I have the extendable metals too.
Extendies, yeah.
Yeah, the Jimmy Johnson's fire pokers. Extensies. Yeah.
I was like, NASCAR champion Jimmy Johnson. Oh, right. I forgot.
No.
NFL legend.
Yeah.
NFL legend PP Worky Jimmy Johnson.
We got the wood skewers, the long, they're like 2 feet, 2.5, 3 feet long, whatever they are. They're just big stick of wood, and you just put it in there. kids were then lighting those on fire and then trying to sword fight each other.
I was going to say, won't
Nice.
those catch on fire?
No, not like they don't catch on. They're still like newish wood. They're not like dried out.
What if you dip them in petroleum?
Yes, then they would. Yes, I agree with you. Then they would.
Yikes is up next. Colin Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza.
You'll find things are moving slowly on westbound 670 between 71 and Neal Avenue. And you're looking at a couple minutes slowdown on eastbound 70. On the east side between Hamilton Road and 270. This report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. Get in the zone. AutoZone. Father's Day is coming up. Taking on a job with dad, for dad? Now you can save on brakes, oil, wash and wax, and more during the AutoZone Father's Day sale. Now through the 16th. Get in the zone. AutoZone. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
If you look at the front of your house and think, yeah, she could use a little makeup, we are Deluxe Door Systems. It's truly amazing to see how one garage door can completely transform the look of an entire home. See what we could do for yours at deluxedoorsystems.com.
Boating season is finally here, and Buckeye Lake Marina is your go-to destination for all your on-the-water needs. With the largest inventory in Central Ohio, we've got a boat for everyone. So come on down and find your next dream boat at Buckeye Lake Marina. The good life, the lake life, starts at Buckeye Lake Marina.
Summer is finally here in Ohio, and the best part about summer is the fresh fruits and vegetables. And the best place to find them, well, it's one of my favorite places to eat. That is Bob Evans, because they're going to make sure they have the farm freshest ingredients right to your plate. They have 3 new salads: the steakhouse salad, the grilled chicken chopped salad, and my favorite, the summer berry salad. Grilled chicken, strawberries, blueberries, pecans, feta cheese, everything you like, it's all there, and it's all fresh and delicious. So go check them out and learn more at bobevans.com.
This is Paige, owner of Awaken 180, with a buzz term for you, GLP-1. The buzz part doesn't mean GLP-1 isn't important. Quite the opposite. GLP-1 is a crucial hormone produced in our gut that regulates blood sugar and appetite. Basically, it helps control our weight. The buzz is because pharmaceutical companies are positioning medications as your only treatment option. But that's not true. Losing weight with Awaken 180 already supports GLP-1 function, and we're now introducing GLP-1 Balance. GLP-1 Balance by Awaken 180 addresses the root causes of weight issues by focusing on nutrition, gut health, and sleep. By addressing these areas, your body naturally balances GLP-1 levels, making weight loss easier and more sustainable without lifelong medications or side effects. If you're curious about GLP-1 Balance and how it can work for you, talk with us. Find us online at awaken180weightloss.com. Awaken 180, your long-term solution for weight loss.
Hi, here are some ways to listen to The Fan. You can download the Fan app, or listen at home on your smart speaker, or open up the iHeartRadio app, or hold your head out the window and hear Common Man scream. Happy listening from the dopes at The Fan.
Bobby Carpenter here for Affinity Whole Health, the leader in the testosterone and hormone replacement therapy game. And weight loss too, that's right. Affinity offers semaglutide injections for weight loss in addition to their testosterone treatments, so you can lose weight and build muscle. They customize a plan directly for you. They added peptides to my TRT. They've added semaglutide with my friend's testosterone, and the results are amazing. They're pumped about summertime and pool season, so check them out at feelgreatcolumbus.com. That's feelgreatcolumbus.com.
It's Kubota Orange Days. Shop the year's best selection of Kubota tractors, zero-turn mowers, and utility vehicles, including the #1 selling compact tractor in the USA. And now, through June 30th, get 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months or up to $2,800 off BX23S tractors. See the details at KubotaOrangeDays.com.
Stop by Bain Welker Equipment in Circleville for a test drive and see their full line of Kubota products, or visit online at bain-welkerkubota.com.
Life. It's full of strange twists and unexpected surprises. But at AAA, it's always been our policy to look on the plus side. And our AAA Plus members tend to take the same view. Take Martin, for example. Last Monday, his morning coffee surprised him with an extra 10 degrees of Fahrenheit. Ouch! It was just the jolt of energy he needed to start the day. Later, when his shirt was targeted by the mustard on his burger, he became a proud trendsetter.
Martin, looking good.
And when he walked face first into a sparkling glass door, he was happy to provide some much-needed entertainment for his coworkers.
I'm okay.
And of course, when his car battery took early retirement, Martin felt no resentment. He knew there was a plus side. AAA's expert roadside assistance was only a call away.
Hello, AAA. Are you in a safe location?
While we can't all be like Martin, we can become a AAA Plus member and experience the peace of mind that comes with living on the plus side. Towing is subject to a 7-day waiting period. Terms and conditions apply.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Murdering brain cells, one show at a time. Back to Man and Bone.
Jason's Beat coming up at 5:34. But first, how about we do a little Yikes?
Let's do it.
So what's going on in our brain when we sleep? Well, our brain's memory center is revisiting past experiences. You're also storing new memories in there. Your brain is always working when you sleep. Well, according to a new study, your brain also could be looking towards the future, rehearsing activity that hasn't happened yet. It's very complicated. It has to do with neurons and studying rats, and I really have no idea what the hell they're talking about. But they think that dreams could be a rehearsal for future adventures. So good news. Based on the dream I had this weekend, I will grow balls on my forehead, and Odell Beckham will invite me to a party, ask me not to wash my face, and Justin Bieber will play with my forehead balls. Yikes.
Okay. It's quite the dream.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah. In a tune-up for the Copa America, the U.S. men's national team scheduled a couple of friendlies against the soccer teams from Colombia and Brazil. First of these games was Saturday versus Colombia, and the U.S. did not have their best night. To put it mildly, they were down 2-0 after 20 minutes. They eventually went down in defeat 5-1, and it wasn't even that close. Greg Berhalter, former crew coach, now the U.S. men's national team manager in his second stint there, is now 5-7-6 versus FIFA top 20 ranked teams. Yikes. With 4 of those 5 wins coming against Mexico, who are at a historic low point as a soccer program. They play Brazil on Wednesday. Copa America starts June 20th. They looked all out of sorts. Yikes.
Teddy, how you doing?
All right.
Ted?
I don't have problems with the on button over here.
I don't know what's going on.
Man. All right. Dodgers third baseman Kiki Hernandez. He was mic'd up for Friday night's Apple TV Plus game against the Yankees. During the interview with the Apple broadcasters, a ball was hit to him. The ball hit his bare right hand and ricocheted off his groin. Yikes. By the time he recovered and threw to first, the batter had crossed the bag. Yikes. So the runner was stranded at third, though, in the rest of that inning, so no harm was done. But there was some awkward silence after that error. Yikes.
Good news, only 6 people saw it.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Playing competitive sports obviously takes great physical skills, but it also requires mental tenacity that I never possessed. Back when I was banging, I stood in the batter's box, faced a very intimidating high school pitcher who threw 90+. He threw one up and in, missed my face by about an inch. I could not get around on anything for the rest of the day because I would flinch slightly every time he threw the ball. Rangers second baseman Marcus Semien took a 95-mile-an-hour pitch to the head during his first at-bat. Good news, he was wearing a helmet. He promptly stole second, ended up scoring. His next at-bat, the next inning, on the very first pitch, he homers. Yikes. That is one of the many differences between a big leaguer and me. He's hitting homers. I'm trying to suck in turtle heads. Yikes.
A critical highway linking Idaho and Wyoming has been closed indefinitely after a portion of the road cracked and then collapsed in a catastrophic landslide Saturday, according to officials. Wyoming Governor Mark Gordon said in a post on Facebook, there's no estimated timeline for reopening Teton Pass, which links Victor, Idaho, and Jackson, Wyoming. It's a big commuter road, apparently, that a lot of people use to get from one to the other. In either case, the crack across lanes dropped vertically roughly 8 inches in some places, causing unsafe driving conditions. A patch was put in place, traffic resumed, until there was a mudslide in a different location of the road. So they said, oh no, we had this mudslide. Even though we fixed that road where the crack was, we're going to shut the road down again to clear off the mudslide, then we'll reopen it. Well, before they could reopen it, where the cracks had started and then been resealed, those then suddenly gave way and the entirety of the road just fell off the side of this cliff.
So if it wasn't for that mudslide,
people would have been on this road. They opened it back up and were going to let people drive on it until the mudslide happened. This is all on Saturday morning. Thursday is when the cracks developed and were repaired. So just think about that. They could have let people back on this road. They did, and it could have collapsed were it not for this other mudslide. Why would they let people on this road? And also, that's all terrifying. Yikes.
Makes you think. Makes you think about if there was some divine intervention with the mudslide.
Also makes you think, I don't know how roads work, but doesn't seem like we should be letting people drive on roads where there are 8-inch cracks that are deepening by the day. Maybe don't seal them up and go, good to go.
You look at the negative, I look at the positive.
There you go. Fine.
Teddy.
All right. For the 44th consecutive year, the Stanley Cup Final will feature a special connection to Jaromir Jagr. Every year since 1980, at least one teammate of Jagr, or Jagr himself, has appeared in the Cup Final. Yikes. This year, there are 3 players on the Panthers and 1 on the Oilers that have been teammates with Jagr at some point in his career. Yikes.
New research has revealed that scientists think it's extremely likely that African elephants call each other and respond to individual names. Yikes. Dolphins have names for each other. They think parrots do, but they don't really know. So this kind of thing is very rare in the animal world. Elephant rumbles include sounds that are below the range of human hearing. The scientists still don't know which part of the vocalization is the name, but they think there are names. Researchers tested the results by playing recordings to individual elephants who responded more energetically, ears flapping, trunk lifted, to recordings that contained what the scientists thought was their names. Sometimes elephants entirely ignored vocalizations that were addressed to others and didn't involve them. Also, according to scientists, animals who actively ignore you are actually displaying how intelligent they are by not caring. So if that's the case, I am a freaking genius. Yikes.
Can confirm. Recruiting story here from Auburn. This goes back a ways. Tommy Tuberville, who of course now is a U.S. Senator, previously was a mediocre football coach. He, starting in 1999, was the head coach at Auburn. And according to former Auburn wide receiver Tyler Siskey, who was recently on a podcast, he said that Tuberville cut him the first day that Tommy Tuberville took the job at Auburn. Called him into his office and said, if you ever want to run out of that tunnel again, you're going to do it somewhere else. Here's your release. So a few days later, his roommate was driving around, in Auburn there, and on the local radio station heard them announce that he had been cut from the Auburn football team. He had just finished practice. No one had said anything. He went back to talk to the coaching staff, and they said, oh, yeah, you've been released from your scholarship. Sorry. This is in 1999. Fast forward a few years later, Tyler Siskey, the first guy who got cut, he is now out of football from a playing standpoint, but is coaching at a high school. And apparently this high school had some talent in Alabama. They had 5 guys who were in the top 100. So, of course, Tommy Tuberville goes to recruit them. In this story that he relayed on the podcast this week, Tyler Siskey claims that when Tommy Tuberville walked in, he met with all these players, and then after they left, he said, you look familiar, coach. I'm not sure why I remember you. And he said, yeah, I'm the guy you told that, I'm never going to run out of this tunnel again, and if I do, it'll be somewhere else. Here's your release. He said Tommy Tuberville's face went white. All 5 of those players went on to play at Alabama, not Auburn. And he said Tommy Tuberville never came back to recruit at his school again. Karma is a bitch. Yikes.
All right. A rodeo bull named Party Bus jumped out of the ring at an Oregon arena over the weekend. Yikes. The bull charged several people, injuring 3 and sending 2 to the hospital. Yikes. You can see the video of the bull charging a red trash can and flipping it over. It then goes up to a group of 3 people and flips a person wearing a red jacket high into the air. Yikes. So, if you go to a rodeo, don't wear anything red just in case Party Bus is on the loose. Yikes.
Have you seen the video of that?
Yeah, I saw it. Here's my hot take on that. I have long said that if you escape from prison, you should just be allowed to go.
Sure.
As long as you don't break any more laws, they'll pick you up and arrest you. But if you can escape from prison, you're free to go. If a bull can escape from the rodeo, that bull is free to go.
Oh, yeah. The bull can just be a free range. It's free range cattle.
It's goring people outside. Who cares? Do a better job keeping the bull in.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
I I don't know why I thought of Al Gore being there when you said goring people. Yes, I was at the bullfight. It was spectacular. Loved it.
I think it's the first time we've heard an Al Gore from you. And you know what? Probably should be the last.
Probably so. I agree.
Gary Bettman is saying things about expansion. We'll talk about it next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza.
Watch out for an accident that's on the left shoulder of eastbound 33 at 270 Southeast, and you're looking at a couple minutes slowdown on eastbound 70 on the east side between Livingston Avenue and 33. This report is sponsored by Allstate. You're in good hands. Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on anyone else. So if you drive safely, you could save money. Good to know. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Common Man here for Diamonds Direct. I can't believe the new offer Diamonds Direct has going on this month. Listen, for the first time, when you purchase a natural diamond engagement ring, you get a free natural tennis bracelet. If you're ready to pop the question, there is no better time. Get the perfect ring and a gorgeous wedding gift this June from Diamonds Direct. A tennis bracelet is at the top of most jewelry wish lists, and Serena Williams brings it right to you. It's timeless and perfect for everyday wear or layering for more of a wow factor. And I know wow. The experts at Diamonds Direct will help you pick the best diamond for your budget and style. And through the end of the month, they're also taking the guesswork out of your next gifting occasion. These bracelets are the perfect gift for birthdays, anniversaries, and of course, wedding days. Maybe a push present. For the best quality, price, and shopping experience, there is no better choice than Diamonds Direct. Catch them online, diamondsdirect.com. Tell them Common Man sent you.
Most businesses have one tagline.
Not here, baby.
At Sunny Street Cafe, for whatever reason, we've got 7.
Yeah, we do.
And here's number 5.
Sunny Street Cafe. Tasty breakfast and lunch with fist bump friendly kind of service.
Now with 8 locations.
Guys, it's summer and it's time to do more outdoors. But do you feel out of energy, lacking motivation, and mental focus? It could be low testosterone. Low T affects millions of men, and it happens naturally. The solution, testosterone replacement therapy at Low T Center. It starts with a quick test and results are fast. Don't wait. Take control of your health. And now Low T Center is offering a free initial test. So if you're over 30, schedule a visit at lowtcenter.com today. Offer till July 6th. That's lowtcenter.com. Terms and conditions apply.
If your garage door doesn't have windows, but you can still see through it, we are Deluxe Door Systems. For 30 years, we fix crappy garage doors, straightforward, honest, and for less than you think. DeluxeDoorSystems.com.
Do you subscribe to the Fans YouTube channel? Well, why not? Catch our best interview, Stupid Man and Bone videos, and live video of our shows as they happen.
You can participate in your neighborhood watch.
Search 971 The Fan and subscribe today.
Common Man and T-Bone here for the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
It's our absolute favorite place to go for that live VIP sportsbook experience. 12,000 square feet of sportsbook action. 2 huge walls of TVs, not to mention delicious food and drink. But your experience can be even better if you download the Penn Play app.
Yep, you can get up to $140 in rewards. It's so easy, dummies like us can do it. Got to download the free Penn Play app today and cash in your bonuses. Plus, you never know, and you'll see Man and I lurking around.
I'm lurking. Must be 21 or over. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Big things are happening on the east side.
We're ready to deal. Come negotiate during May's Dealin' Days at Lindsay Honda. Lower payments, better financing, more value for any trade. Shop lindsayhonda.com and see new Hondas with thousands in savings plus many other deals. We'll work hard to get you a payment you can afford. Now during May Dealin' Days at Lindsay Honda.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference.
See lindsayhonda.com for program details.
Summer is finally here in Ohio, and the best part about summer is the fresh fruits and vegetables. And the best place to find them, well, it's one of my favorite places to eat. That is Bob Evans, because they're going to make sure they have the farm freshest ingredients right to your plate. They have 3 new salads: the steakhouse salad, the grilled chicken chopped salad, and my favorite, the summer berry salad. Grilled chicken, strawberries, blueberries, pecans, feta cheese, everything you like, it's all there, and it's all fresh and delicious. So go check them out and learn more at bobevans.com.
Do you know someone struggling to figure out their mental health benefits? The Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office is here to help. Find us at insurance.ohio.gov/GETMHIA or call us at 855-438-6442. Don't wait. the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office can help you figure out what mental health insurance benefits may be in their plan. Call us today at 855-438-6442.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
The dumb is strong with this show. You're listening to Man and Bone.
Bone and I do all our banging at Hollywood Casino Columbus, specifically their 12,000 square foot sports book. It is the place to be. And you know what? If you are considering, I never thought of this before, but I just thought of it now. Genius.
Okay.
If you are considering having a wedding reception, I'm saying the sports book at Hollywood Casino Columbus would be a fantastic location. First of all, action.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
I mean, people are tired of the same old wedding reception. Oh, here's the pokey and first dance. And how about let's put some action on a baseball game?
There you go. I like it.
How about the first dance is you sashaying around the slot machines?
Maybe you could do that. Maybe you could do a proposal there where, let's say you tell your fiance, we're going to go watch some sports. We're going to eat some food. We're going to play some wagers. Maybe you place a bunch of bets and you lose all of them. And she's bummed and you're bummed. And then all of a sudden you go, hey, by the way, you mean everything to me. Will you marry me? And then all of a sudden she goes, the day's been redeemed. And now you have that memory right there. You could do that.
Yeah.
There's lots of other, bar mitzvahs. Maybe you can have those there if you want to. You could have a birthday party, as long as you're over 21, I guess. Got to be over 21.
I'll say this. If you get married at the sports book, I'll marry you. I'll get ordained. I'll marry you.
You're going to marry people now?
If they get married at the sports book at Hollywood Casino Columbus,
okay,
I will marry them.
I can't wait to see the video of that because I will not attend.
You liar. You're going to be the best man.
I'll be there gambling. I may just be like, oh, hey, how's it going? Good to see you, common man. Glad you're doing that. I'm watching games over here.
Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Gary Bettman is the commissioner of the NHL. He was in Florida sort of giving a state of the sport address before game one of the Stanley Cup final this weekend.
Sure.
He says the NFL is reaching record levels of profits, $6.2 billion in revenue last year. That's a record. A record level of $22.56 million in attendance last year. The cap number for the upcoming season is going to be $88 million, up about 4.5 from this past season, slightly higher than previously projected. He was asked about expansion, the league expanding, and he said, we continue to deal with expressions of interest. We're not going to, at least at this point, unveil a formal process. We're gratified by the fact that at least half a dozen places continue to have interest in us. So he talked about the situation in Utah, moving the Coyotes there. He said that in Phoenix, that franchise would be reactivated if their dumb owner can figure something out, which I'm sure he can't.
Well, you know what? If he does, at least it's on the table. But meanwhile, they're not waiting around. They're moving on with bigger and better things, it sounds like.
Which they should have done years ago.
No, I'm glad to hear that the NHL is doing better and that the numbers seem to be pointing in the right direction. That's a good sign for the sport. Obviously, I think it has clearly become, if it was ever in doubt that it wasn't, a top 3 sport. I mean, it's firmly entrenched at number 4. You could argue maybe other sports are starting to nip at its heels a little bit, but the reality is the NHL has been clearly huge in Canada, and it still has its pockets here in the United States, but you need more cities to be good. You need to have what you have now with a South Florida franchise being this good for a couple years in a row. That's going to reinvigorate that market. If you continue to see success in non-traditional markets in the NHL, that's only going to benefit it because you're always going to have Philadelphia, New York, some of these Boston, places where they've had it for a long, long time, Chicago, et cetera. Those places are going to be there for it. You need to get the other markets going. And if it works out that happens because you get some more teams that are actually good, that's a benefit to the league.
To that point, he talked about how they're trying to get an outdoor game where the Marlins play, whatever the hell they call that stadium now.
I forget. Okay.
But 3 years ago, if you were to say that, you'd be like, that's crazy. But now Panthers fans are on a waiting list to get in there.
Could we call it an outdoor game, but still slide the roof over if the day of?
No, the roof's going to be, there's no opening that roof, my friend.
Well, no, I mean, I didn't know if they were going to open it just to say it's outdoor if it, was
no. When I say
you can do it right.
When I say outdoor, I mean
stadium,
in a big stadium.
Yes. Okay. I just hope they're not delusional enough to think like, yeah, let's do this for real, where it's going to be 50 or 70 degrees out. We're going to try to play hockey on that.
Fan poll 971thefan.com. Which event do you most want to see at Muirfield? Ryder Cup, PGA Championship, U.S. Open, Ladies U.S. Open. Bone and I talked about it to start the show. I think that it's special the way that it is. If in the future it works out where you can host one of these events, didn't they do a Ryder Cup there? Or am I making that up?
I don't know.
What did they have there?
President's Cup?
President's Cup. That's right.
And I think Jack was not a fan, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he bitched about that. Look, if one of these is going to happen, Jack's going to be dead. This is his baby. This is his tournament. He doesn't think it needs an extra rub. We're not getting one of these as long as Jack is kicking.
Yeah, and they had a Ryder Cup back in the 80s here.
That's right.
Yeah.
Ryder Cup in the 80s, and the President's Cup was the last thing they had, right?
More recently, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would want the international competition because I think that would be different. And, I mean, there's no way you could do two of these in a year, right, Ted? They would never do, like, the Memorial now and then Ryder Cup and let's say, when is it? August, September? Is it around that time?
It's in, September? Yeah, is when it is.
Now,
so, yeah, you could do that.
Could you? I'm just saying, I don't know how the course would hold up for
you could
two events like that, but I would presume you could,
Or you could flip, maybe you did like the PGA now or the U.S. Open and then have the Memorial tournament and like flip it to later.
Put it later in the calendar.
I was listening to Uncle Bo today, Bishop and Friends, 9 to noon right here on the Fan, and he had the suggestion that you do U.S. Open at Muirfield, and the Memorial is still here, but you do it at Scioto.
That's interesting. I don't know. I don't know how everybody would feel about that at Muirfield. If it's we're not going to have that tournament here. I don't know. I don't know honestly what the.
I mean, it stays in the region. I don't think it's likely.
No.
It stays in the region, and then you get your little bump with the major championship at Muirfield.
At the end of the day, I'm for whatever it is that keeps Columbus in the spotlight when it comes to sports, and it keeps people talking. You're getting a lot of national attention today because, as you always do around the Memorial, and that's good.
One professional team has found a very interesting way to do business. Details next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza.
Watch out for an accident that's blocking the right lane on northbound Olentangy River Road at King Avenue. Police are on scene causing some holdup, and you're looking at a couple-minute delay on eastbound 161 between Hamilton Road and New Albany Road. This report is sponsored by Macy's. Find the perfect Father's Day gift with Macy's Gift Finder. In just a couple clicks, you'll get personalized gift ideas for every dad at every budget. Visit Macys.com/gift finder and give love today at Macy's. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here from Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric, announcing our $99 residential spring AC checkup. Carpenter and Bryant will do whatever it takes to prepare you for spring and summer. Check out Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric at carpentercolumbus.com.
When I'm not voicing Wendy's ads, I'm gaming. I stay up and fueled because Wendy's delivers late.
Are you recording a Wendy's ad? Come on!
Got 'em. Whatever you're up for, we're down. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Delivery Late Night. Open till midnight or later.
Hours and delivery availability may vary.
O'Reilly. Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions based on over 650 million vehicle scans verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we can recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Reggie was a nurse for 16 years.
I had become very burnt out. I wasn't making good money.
Then it happened.
There was an ad for My Computer Career, and it just spoke to me.
My Computer Career was the best decision he ever made.
I could study anywhere from my laptop, and I was working in the first couple weeks of me being in class.
Reggie hit a home run.
The field is teeming with jobs.
Become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
The school is amazing.
It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu. This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
A healthy body needs good food.
This summer, the Ohio Department of Education and Workforce is sponsoring Sun Meals, a summer food program where kids eat free. Children under 18 receive healthy meals and no sign-up is required. Locations may be right in your neighborhood. Call 1-866-348-6479 or visit education.ohio.gov/kidseat for meal locations and times. That's education.ohio.gov/kidseat.
GLP-1, the term is everywhere because medications can now help to balance it by making you eat less. I suggest the opposite. Eating right to lose weight with GLP-1 Balance by Awaken 180. Faster results, safer results. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Raising Cane's Iced Tea is the official iced tea of me, Iced Tea. Now, I heard some people order their box combos with water. Listen, water is for fishes and snitches, Jack. Chill out with Cane's Iced Tea this summer. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
Meet Abdullah Mahmood, problem gambling counselor at Maryhaven.
More and more people are falling into problem gambling. It can happen so quickly that you don't realize it until you face a crisis. Gambling issues often connect to depression, anxiety, or other addictions. Maryhaven's experts offer comprehensive care. You and your loved ones can count on mental, emotional, and financial guidance.
Confidential and judgment-free. Go to maryhaven.com today.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan.
Good afternoon. I'm Paul Keels. Connecticut basketball coach Dan Hurley has turned down an offer to become the coach of the Los Angeles Lakers to remain with the two-time defending national champion Huskies. It's reported the Lakers offered Hurley a 6-year deal worth $70 million. Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Finals tonight. Edmonton at Florida. Panthers won the opening game of that series. You can hear tonight's game on ESPN Columbus. The Pittsburgh Steelers have given head coach Mike Tomlin a 3-year contract extension that runs through 2027. The U.S. Golf Association today announced an exemption for Adam Scott to play in the U.S. Open, keeping his streak going of 92 consecutive majors and 23 straight U.S. Opens. The Reds, the Guardians, and the Clippers all with a day off. This update brought to you by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, give Mark Levy a call at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or visit him online at sleepbettercolumbus.com. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Listen to this show or go to hell. This is Man and Bone.
You know what I want?
What's that?
I've always had a desire. I'll probably never get one. To get a Mini Cooper.
Really?
Yeah. And it's off-brand for me, but...
It's not. It's not for you. You had small, zippy cars.
I did.
What's your dad's favorite thing to say? It's we were zipping here and zipping there.
No, but here's the difference. All right, like I had a Volkswagen Golf.
Yes.
GTI. All right? But the difference is people who buy cars like that, they enjoy their car. They like driving their car. They like winking at other people that have the same car.
Sure.
We used to wave at each other.
Oh, I know where you're going with this. Yes.
Mini Cooper people, they like make their cars look like Minnie Mouse and give them names, and they have personalities, and I don't want to be in that club.
Oh, that's the thing. There are certain cars like Volkswagen Bugs and buses from like the vintage ones, but even the newer Bugs, right? People who bought those, that is like a club. If you see someone else with one, you instantly assume we've got something in common because you and I like this very kind of offbeat looking car.
Yes.
I'm trying to think. The Jeep owners with their ducks. They have ducks. If you ever see a Jeep now, a lot of the Jeeps have ducks all over the dashboard. That's a thing. You're right.
I never understood that. What is the purpose of that?
I don't know. They have rubber ducks. I'm not sure where that started, but they have rubber ducks on the dashboard. I'm sure Jeep owners could tell you.
I know. I've noticed that. I don't know.
It's a thing.
Okay.
It's part of the. But you're right. Like,
anyway,
Mini Cooper owners feel their cars have personalities. They give them names.
They have sex with them. I have driven one before. I enjoy that small, low to the ground, low center of gravity type of drive.
That's what I was saying, because you've also had a 1 Series BMW, which is, all of these are cars that are like smaller, two-door, fast, low to the ground kind of things.
So I like that.
But also not like McLarens. They're not Ferraris. They're not, they're not the most powerful cars in the world, but they definitely get going.
But you know what I would really like? I would like a Mini Cooper that has 500 horsepower. Thank you. Can we make that happen?
Well, I'm telling you, man, go drive one and you will find out.
I've driven one.
Well, what'd you think of it?
They're good. They're nice cars, but I want more.
You know what you need is a John Cooper Works Mini.
I've tried that one too, but they only top out at like 275. And again, the acceleration's good. I like it. It's fun.
Well,
but I want a rocket ship up my ass.
You know what the car guys are going to say? Got to get a stick. Because that's what you want. You want that.
I don't think they even make them in stick anymore.
Oh, I'm not. You might be right.
I want to say.
I'm pretty sure
the new the 2025 GTI that's coming out, Volkswagen GTI that's coming out in a couple months, is not going to be made in manual.
Oh yeah,
I read that.
That surprises me if that's the case.
I also don't know how to drive a stick.
Well, you can learn.
I don't want to learn. Too old for learning.
Well, you're
too old for learning. Get off my lawn!
You don't want one that goes 200 miles an hour because that you're never going to use. You want one that goes from zero to like.
I'll use it, baby.
You can't use 200.
Yes.
Where are you going to do that? Where?
Me and Georgia football players.
Okay. I'm saying
racing each other.
You want 0 to 75.
Me and Henry Ruggs just crashing into people and lighting them on fire.
You don't want that. Right. Now, dare I suggest this? You could always go the used route and get a car that has like whatever performance. Maybe if they got rid of manuals, like you said, you could go find one that does still have it, a GTI. It's just a couple years old, and you got to go get one that someone else's ass has been in. Are you up for that?
No.
I see. This is what we're talking about.
No. I can't go into like.
You can't go into a used car?
No. I just traded in my car.
Yeah.
I got a new Lexus from Germain Lexus. It's fantastic. But my old Lexus goes to them, which they presumably cleaned up and sold. If the people who bought that car knew what I was doing in that car.
What are you doing in it?
Everything.
What do you mean everything?
Picking and flicking and farting.
They clean it.
You can't clean the memories. You can't wash the memories. The car knows.
Yes, but you don't.
It's an entity.
I have driven, as someone who's driven predominantly used cars in my life, trust me, when I get in them, the memories are gone. That thing is like a lab. They've wiped it clean.
It's not wiped clean.
It is.
You don't believe in like auras? Like places have certain auras. Like you've ever walked into a place before, you're like, this does not feel right. It's a feeling.
Yeah, I have. And then I've realized that's my dumb brain doing dumb brain
I'm just saying, whoever gets into that car that I just had is going to get in and it's like, man, why do I feel so perverted? And why do I have to scratch my privates all the time? Why do I have such bad gas?
I think you would. I mean, again, maybe all of my issues are related to me sitting in other people's cars for most of my life.
Yes,
but
maybe.
I don't think so.
Maybe if you ever you had a new car? Yeah, your Mustang's new.
I've had a few new cars, I'm saying, but I've also had plenty of used cars, and I found that after a few weeks, guess what they all are? Used cars. They're all the same.
But it's used by you. It's different.
Teddy, you've driven a used car before. You're not opposed to buying a used car, are you?
Yeah, back when I was banging, I had used cars, yeah.
Oh, but not anymore.
No, not now.
You've moved on.
Not
Teddy's
for like
got the ducks on the windshield
years.
of his Jeep.
Yeah.
Not for 25 years. Wow. Good for you, Teddy.
Back in the 90s, yeah, I had used cars.
My favorite thing to do is like this is no joke. My grandfather, I remember this very vividly, who has since passed away, Papaw, Frank Varney.
Papaw.
Yeah, he was from West Virginia, moved up here as a cook at 16 with his wife, who was like 15, my grandmother, and then they lived up here their whole lives. He would routinely stop at a used car place with his current car, with my grandmother in the car, and say, what do we think about this for that? And a little swap of cash and discussion of titles. And within a few moments, the car was exchanged. I mean, he would do these deals in under a couple hours. He'd just on a Thursday be like, I don't want this car anymore. And by Friday, different car. Now it was used and all these cars were paid off. There was no like, we're getting financing. There was none of that.
So are you saying we need to do more of this?
No. What I'm saying is I'm building to the point where I was in the car once where my grandfather did this. We were driving in a Chevrolet Celebrity, if you remember those cars, station wagon. We pull in. He had like a wood paneled one and there was a blue one that he liked. That was the same, pretty much same age, same mileage, same everything. He pulled in, talked to the guy. The guy said, listen, let's swap it out. We'll swap keys. You leave your car here. You take that car. We'll call it an extended test drive. Take the grandkids home and all that. Come back tomorrow. We'll do all the paperwork. So we did. I literally was in the car with him when he swapped a car, and then the next day came back, signed all the papers, and then that was his car. He probably did this, I'm not joking, from the time I was 5 to the time I was 15, probably a dozen or more times he switched cars.
I'm not saying it's likely. It's probably less than 1%, but there is a chance that your grandfather was a secret serial killer and was just getting rid of evidence by constantly selling cars.
I know. It could be.
They can't DNA test my new car. Body wasn't in this trunk.
I will never forget that, where we were just driving, and he had told us, he was like, I'm going to go stop at this car lot. And next thing we know, he was like, get your stuff out of the car. We're getting into this one. And I remember how hot the other one was because it was sitting on the car lot. And we just got in it and drove away in a different car.
Bone, managing the salary cap is an art, right? I mean, teams employ people just to look at the cap and how to manage the cap.
Yes.
Are you familiar with the website Cap Friendly?
Yeah, I've checked it out a few times doing this job.
Well, it's only going to be active for a little bit longer, and then it's gone.
Yep.
It's dark forever because the Washington Capitals have bought them. They bought the website, not because they're interested in an investment. Like, oh, this website makes a lot of money. We can put ads on here. No, they have hired the entire staff who works there to just go in-house and run all their cap stuff. And so they're going to be shutting down the website because the Capitals bought them.
That is, I did not expect to see something like that today when I logged in. And I guess it's not that shocking of a story, but I find it interesting that multiple NHL teams wanted this website, and then one of them was able to win the bidding war. And now all those people go, whoever ran this website, they go work
That's
for
the
the
deal.
Caps.
They don't want the website. They want the people.
But they do in a way, because the website did have a lot of like tracking that they were doing of different deals and different analytics. They have analytics models that those people have built and maintained.
Right.
And that's what they want access to as well. But they apparently want the people too. Imagine if someone came in and bought our radio station. This is what blew my mind today. And they said, yeah, you guys now we're paying you all your salaries. We're actually paying you more, but you're exclusive to the Washington Wizards. That's what you do now. You work for so now we would come in every day and go, all right, who's on the Washington Wizards? And how bad? Oh, they've been awful. Okay. And then we would have to figure out how to do our jobs centered around the Washington Wizards, something that you're not interested in. I'm not very interested in. Ted is a secret Washington Wizards fan, but everybody else pretty much, not everybody working here doesn't care about the Wizards. I'm just saying that's what these people are doing who work at this job. They just now suddenly are like, yeah, we build this for the Caps. All we're thinking about is how does this affect the Washington Capitals? That's all we're doing.
Pick a number.
Let's go with 4.
Caller number 4, 614-821-9710. How about this for a prize? The Premier League's champion, Manchester City, and Chelsea FC will face off on Saturday, August 3rd at Ohio Stadium. The match between the rivals is part of the 2024 FC Series, a collection of friendly matches across the United States featuring top global soccer clubs. The winner will get 2 tickets to see the match at Ohio Stadium on August 3rd. Tickets are on sale through Ticketmaster. Get them now.
There you go.
They're going to be shipping in grass.
Ship?
Just for that.
Well, they're not going to play on the crappy turf at Ohio Stadium.
I'm just saying, this is an exhibition, right? If anything, you would think, well, who cares? We're going half speed. It's an exhibition. You can leave your regular grass, artificial turf on there. Nope. Dig it all up, truck in real grass, and then for some ungodly reason, we're going to dig all the fresh stuff up and put our crappy turf back on there. And they're going to give us some BS excuse about the water table and how they can't grow properly because they redid the stadium. It's all a bunch of BS.
They had one of the biggest ag campuses in the northern part of the country, I would venture to guess. But they can't figure out how to grow grass. Or they just don't want to. They don't want to invest in it.
No, they don't want to.
Yeah, it's stupid. By the way, did you see the video of Cedar Point with the mayflies today?
No.
Not today. It was, I guess, a couple days ago. But
what are mayflies? Are they like midges?
Remember Jabba Chamberlain?
Oh, so it's the same thing.
Yeah, mayflies, midges. I think they're all kind of like in that family, but there were swarms of them. There's a video of people in line for a roller coaster at Cedar Point. And it's just, they're in the little house where the car comes in. You get in the little queue. You hop in the car. It leaves. Next train comes in. People are waiting there. And people are doing karate kicks trying to get these things off. It looks like there's thousands of them flying all over. Two things I know you love: swarms of insects and roller coasters.
And lines of people.
Well, three things you love.
It.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow news coming up next. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza.
Watch for a disabled vehicle that's blocking the left lane on northbound 71's ramp to Polaris Parkway. Crews are on scene there, causing a little bit of a holdup. And we've got a 5-minute delay on southbound 315 between Kinnear Road and Town Street. This report is sponsored by Put-in-Bay Chamber of Commerce. Look out for Put-in-Bay, the island getaway you've been waiting for. Be it a day or a weekend, you can enjoy all sorts of shops, dining, and entertainment. Plan your perfect trip today at visitputinbay.com. Have a nice day at Put-in-Bay. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Low testosterone causes many issues, including low sex drive, bad sleep patterns, unproductive workouts, decreased energy, brain fog, and more. But many men just attribute these symptoms to aging and don't consider that there are medical treatments that can give them back their vigor and vibrancy. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, the leading men's sexual health practice in our area for treating low T. And if you're feeling like I just described, it's time for you to treat that low T. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're experts in treating low testosterone. We've successfully treated many men for the condition and seen the amazing difference that those treatments can make in a man's life. If you're like most men with low T, within just a few weeks, your energy will return, that brain fog will disappear, your sleep will improve, as will your workouts, and your sex drive will be significantly enhanced as well. So call us and make a true life change. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 2 convenient locations, just off 270 in Hilliard and near the Medical Mile in Westerville.
Ready for an amazing deal? BreezeLine's fiber-powered internet, starting at $19.99 per month, offers the reliability you deserve and security you can trust. Whether you're streaming, gaming, or working from home, we've got all your needs covered with speeds up to 1 gig and our 2-year price lock guarantee. This deal gets even better with 2 free months of internet, free equipment, and free Wi-Fi your way to protect against cyber threats. Act now. Terms and conditions apply. Offer expires July 8th, 2024. Learn more at breezeline.com.
When you're drinking a frozen beverage from McDonald's, your brain may not like how refreshingly cold it is, but the rest of your body, oh yes, it's gonna relish every moment of it, because there are drinks. Then there are drinks from McDonald's.
Refresh yourself with an any-size frozen drink like a Sprite Lemonade for just $1.79 and paired with a McCrispy and fries. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
The Fan app is about to become your new best friend. Your one-stop shop for all your favorite fan shows. ESPN Columbus and BetQL. Live or on demand. Listen on your schedule. Download the 97.1 The Fan app today. It's free. Do it.
Common Man here for Care Heating and Cooling. Weather is unpredictable, but the inside of your home should be comfortable just the way you like it. And the best way to avoid those unnecessary surprises is with a care plan. See, with a care plan, you get priority service, system maintenance in case of an emergency. Just another way to give you and your family peace of mind. And maintaining your systems properly can help save you money. A properly maintained furnace and air conditioner run more efficiently, reducing your utility usage. Regular maintenance also prevents breakdowns and extends the life of your equipment. I'm on the care plan, and I'm quite the expert. I'll stop by and give your system a once-over. I will. Don't tempt me. I end every commercial the same way, telling you to hire Care when you need a company you can trust. It's not just the slogan. That's the Care creed. How about this? Lennox. They have thousands of dealers nationwide. HVAC royalty. Last year, Lennox gave Care their coveted Partner of the Year award because they're trusted by their customers and their partners. Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING or book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com when you need a company you can trust.
Every year, Adult Protective Services receives thousands of reports of elder abuse, exploitation, and neglect in Ohio. When a report is received, Adult Protective Services can check in and provide help if needed. If someone you know is showing signs of elder maltreatment, don't hesitate to call 855-OHIO-APS. Let's work together to help every Ohioan age safely.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Now there's a simple, easy, and effective way to clean your nose and protect your health. It's called Navage. Navage. Available at Navage.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A rather chilly start to the week, but at least we're dry on this Monday. Temperatures only in the 60s. Overnight, we're going to lose the clouds, cool it down to the low 50s by Tuesday morning. Plenty of sunshine, light winds, and low humidity by Tuesday afternoon with highs in the mid-70s. With your Doppler 10 forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
No college education, and it shows. You're listening to Common Man and T-Bone.
I want to talk to you about my friends at Tri-State Men's Health. Maybe you've lost some of your zip on the fastball. All right? Mm-hmm. Like once upon a time, Bartolo Colon could barely stay with a major league club. Looks like his career was over. And then he went overseas, got some sort of weird blood spinning thing, and started taking something. Came back, started throwing gas again. I don't know where I'm going with this. Oh, if you want to throw gas again from your... Again, this is bad. Because gas, you think about the back end.
Okay.
I'm talking about the front end with pee-pee. If you want to metaphorically throw gas with your wiener and it's not working out for you now, go see my friends at Tri-State Men's Health. This will probably be the last commercial I ever read for.
I doubt that.
Because they'll be firing me very soon. But ED's a real thing. Just ask Bartolo Colon. Schedule a consult with Tri-State Men's Health today. Your initial visit's only $99. Includes a medical consult with a licensed medical provider. Actually, Bartolo Colon will come in. A T and PSA test. And if medically advised, a test dose. And if the test dose doesn't work when you're in the office, your visit is free. Call them today. 800-900-9654. Or visit TriStateMen'sHealth.com. You know who else is a proud endorser of Tri-State Men's Health?
Who's that?
Timmy Hall.
Oh, it worky.
And Marty Brenneman.
That's right.
So perhaps Marty will be there for your exam. Or Timmy and I just walking around.
Oh, I just live at the Hilliard office.
You just hang out there,
yeah,
right?
I just sit in the lobby.
It's good.
You know, lives right next door. Fish. Right next door to the Hilliard office.
You know what?
Beautiful.
They got great mints in the Hilliard office.
Good mints.
Just a gigantic glass bowl of Common Man's favorite mint.
Individually wrapped.
Yeah, the Lifesaver mints.
Winto Green.
Winto Green.
No, I'm sorry. Peppo Mint, not Winto Green.
Is it Peppo Mint?
Peppo Mint. Winto Green tastes like Pepto.
Wait, is it called Winto Green?
Yes,
it is
just Winter Green.
Winto Green.
Winto Green.
Because it's O's, because they're Lifesavers.
Mint.
Hey, not to change the subject, but
please do.
You know what's not fun is when you have a giant account that people go to for, let's say, baseball news, like Buster Olney.
Yeah.
And then you see that it's being hacked.
Oh, no.
By somebody who just apparently is just posting random stuff.
Oh, no.
Yeah, the image, like the main page image that you have, not his profile picture, but the header, I guess, on Twitter for him, now has changed to a cartoon of a football player, which I presume is not what he used to have. The actual bio for him has changed. And then he has tweets among the likes of, I hate Mets. I swear to you, I don't even know who I hacked. Who is this Buster? I know it's cringe, but this was my dream. Just random tweets from a person that apparently has hacked Buster Olney's account. So I don't know. I would think maybe Twitter/X will work to get that restored soon. But meanwhile, Buster Olney, if you're going there for news, just be aware he's being hacked currently. So.
What would you do if you hacked the fans' Twitter account and you were like doing your swan song and getting the heck out?
Me?
Both of you.
I wouldn't.
First of all, T-Bone has the passwords to everything.
I don't need to hack it.
Right.
I mean,
Well, you know what I mean.
You have the passwords too.
You're not hacking it, but you are going rogue. You know, you put something out there, and then you're off to Alaska. Not Alaska. You leave the country wherever you go.
All right. I mean, I don't know. I'm not at a point where I have like a giant amount of things I would want to say about this place other than.
Oh, I do.
I know. I know you do. But
I do.
But here's the thing. I don't know. I would probably just say something about, like, I don't know, soccer's my favorite sport, whatever. Something just like
boring.
Boring and stupid.
What a horrible hacker you are.
Well, I don't have any.
Let me tell you something.
I don't have hacker tendencies.
If I ever hack in, I'm spilling the beans, baby. I'm spilling it all.
Man, just give you the password and you go right ahead.
I'm going to keep my job.
Okay.
You know what I would do? I would give the account to String Bean because he actually talks to all the Instagram babes out there and just see what he would do with it. See where we popped up with the likes and the retweets. Who was the baseball player that got popped for just liking and commenting on all the
was someone doing that recently?
Tweets?
I didn't see that one.
There was a baseball player who they found. He didn't understand that everything that he was liking, there's a tab you can select on Twitter where it just shows everything. And the whole thing was just a pornography page.
Oh, good. That's
I mean,
yeah. I mean, he's
as long as everybody's agreed to it. And
no.
But
I'm
the
not
point
saying
is,
they were. I'm
the
just
man,
saying that the guy's a Major League Baseball player, and that was the whole page.
He's probably thinking, my likes are private. I can just like whatever I want. It's no, that's not how that works. Likes are public.
Kids are going to see what their favorite baseball player is into. What is this?
Why is a 6-year-old just?
Well, you got to learn. Got to learn what's going on out there. You find out.
Fans are speculating that Joe Burrow will be on the Madden cover this season after some teaser footage has been released.
Oh.
He is not confirming or denying. He was gone one day last week from OTAs for a promotional appearance.
Well, that would make sense.
Some people think it was the cover shoot.
That very well could be. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure Bengals fans will be thrilled about that. I've
got
passed
the jinx, though.
Well, what jinx?
He's hurty. Everyone who's on the Madden cover, dead. Although he's dead every offseason.
I was going to say, has he been on the Madden cover every offseason since he got drafted? Like, what are we talking about? He's always hurt in the offseason and now sometimes in the regular season, too. I'm not one who buys into the curse thing. I think he's already had his injury issues. Probably doesn't help if you're someone who is a little squeamish about that, but yeah, it's fine. It's a good recognition for him. He's a talented player. He deserves to be on the cover.
Do you know who the first person was to be on the cover? First active player to be on the cover?
I did know this at one time, and I have completely forgotten it. So please tell me.
Barry Sanders.
That's okay.
In the year 2000.
When?
What?
I don't know if you're going to sing it like Conan used to back in the
year 2000.
God, we're old. That was done before 2000. Remember that? And then it was a thing well after.
And then he did it about 8 years after the year 2000 because it was funny.
Year 2000.
Loved it.
That's right, Conan. All the way in the year 2000.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie George was the next year. He had a terrible year that he was on the cover. 3.4 yards per carry. Terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Dante Culpepper was the next year. He was terrible. Cursed.
Yeah, but was that curse or just him not being very good after that point
he wasn't
of his career?
very right, but he was good. That's why they picked him to be on the cover.
Yes.
And then he goes on the cover and bad. What do you think? It's just a coincidence?
Yes.
Conspiracy people have told me there's no such thing as coincidences.
Okay. Good to know.
Marshall Faulk next year.
Hall of Famer.
No.
What do you mean?
Never topped 1,000 yards again.
Did he not end up in the Hall of Fame?
He broke down after that. Yeah, but it was all before he was on the cover.
That's because the people at EA are late to the party.
Michael Vick was the year after that. Goes to jail. Doggies. Treadmill doggies.
How are they going to know he was running dogs on the treadmill? They had no idea.
Ray Lewis was after that. Killing people.
No, exonerated. All good. Exonerated in exchange for testimony, I guess it should be noted, but exonerated nonetheless. So, fine.
McNabb was after that. Missed half the season, went 6-10.
Oh, no, you said McNabb. I thought you said McNair. My bad.
No, Donovan McNabb.
Donovan McNabb, not Steve McNair is who I thought you said. McNair, sadly, may he rest in peace.
Sean Alexander, dead after that. Vince Young, you know the story? Brett Favre, Dong.
Vince Young, you know the story? Favre, Dong.
Well, we don't have time to run through everybody.
I
here.
got it.
I'm only at 2010.
Good. Oh, yeah.
Got a long way to go. And we don't have time for that because coming up next, Jason's Beef with our guy, Jason Stark. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza.
We've got an accident on northbound 270 on the North Outer Belt between 161 and Westerville, causing a couple minutes slowdown, and slower traffic on southbound 270 on the East Outer Belt between Livingston Avenue and I-70. This report is sponsored by Summit Racing Equipment. Grab great gearhead gifts your dad will love, like tools, parts, and collectibles, or give the perfect card, a Summit Racing gift card. Shop summitracing.com. Use promo code RADIO for $10 off an order of $100 or more. Exclusions apply. Offer ends 6/23/24. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors, voted by Columbus homeowners as the leading and most trusted window brand. Find out why at PellaColumbus.com or at their brand new Polaris showroom.
When I'm not voicing Wendy's ads, I'm gaming. I stay up and fueled because Wendy's delivers late.
Are you recording a Wendy's ad? Come on!
Got 'em. Whatever you're up for, we're down. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Delivery Late Night. Open till midnight or later.
Hours and delivery availability may vary.
It's a summer savings extravaganza at Kemba Financial Credit Union. You pick how you want your money to grow. Choose a limited time 13-month certificate at up to 5.25% annual percentage yield to lock in your savings with a $500 minimum deposit, or enjoy access to your funds anytime with a money market at 4.75% APY intro rate until October 31st with a $5,000 minimum balance and a $1 million maximum. Visit Kemba.org for details. Restrictions apply. Advantage status required. Federally insured by NCUA.
GLP-1, the term is everywhere because medications can now help to balance it by making you eat less. I suggest the opposite. Eating right to lose weight with GLP-1 Balance by Awaken 180. Faster results, safer results. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Save big money on your landscaping project now at Menards. We're your destination for concrete landscaping blocks. We have the largest in-stock selection, ready to take home today. Plus, you can get free estimates fast using our landscape design program in-store or on Menards.com. Save big on landscaping products when you shop at Menards. View the weekly flyer and check out all of our great deals happening this week today on Menards.com.
Save big money at Menards.
Hey, what's up, Buckeye Nation? It's Cardell Jones. Join me Saturday, July 20th at Huntington Park for the Schmitz Cardell Jones Charity Softball Game presented by Monogram Homes and the U.S. Air Force. Come check out former Buckeye greats take on this year's current Buckeye stars such as Emeka Ibuka, Jaden Ballard, and many more. Come see and meet the Buckeyes before they hit the field this fall. Gates open at 5 p.m. Contests and prizes all night long. Home run derby at 6:30 and the game to follow. Tickets available at BuckeyeCruise.com. Why picnic when you can Smicknick? Get your $10 tickets now at BuckeyeCruise.com.
If you're obsessed with fantasy sports and gambling things, we have the slightly above average radio show for you. On the Money with Dave Biddle and Scotty Vegas.
Presented by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
Wednesday night at 8 on The Fan.
Are you not able to enjoy the summer as much as you want because of joint pain? This is the time of year for being outdoors. It's the best, but not if your knees, shoulders, hips, or back are hurting. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Don't suffer any longer. Non-surgical joint pain relief is here at QC Kinetics. Call them today. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. I'm talking about lasting pain relief with no surgery, no drugs, and best of all, no downtime. QC Kinetics advanced treatments harness your own body's biologics and help restore and repair damaged joint tissue so you can walk, run, hike, play golf, move, swim, all pain-free. QC Kinetics is under the leadership of former orthopedic surgeon Dr. Mitchell Sheencup, a true pioneer in regenerative medicine. They have locations in Columbus, in both Gahanna and Dublin. Their advanced protocols have enabled tens of thousands of patients to reclaim their mobility. So go check them out at QCkinetics/Columbus or give them a call, 380-208-4544.
Ohio, ready for some quick mental health facts? Let's go. Nearly 2 million Ohioans live with a mental health condition. In the U.S., more than 50% of people will be diagnosed with a mental illness in their lifetime. Depression is a leading cause of disability worldwide. So why are some of us still stigmatizing people living with a mental health condition when we know all of this? Let's listen to the facts and beat the stigma. Ohio, challenge what you know about mental health at beatthestigma.org.
Most businesses have one tagline.
How boring is that?
Which is why at Sunny Street Cafe, we've got 7.
Yes, please.
Like our number 6.
Sunny Street Cafe, the fancy pancake place.
Amazing fancy.
Now with 8 locations.
Here's your cool tip from Custom Air. Keep your home cool by using your blinds. Closing your blinds during the hottest part of the day blocks out intense sunlight, preventing unwanted heat. Get your home summer ready with Custom Air. Go to customairco.com. Custom solutions, custom comfort, Custom Air.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
He likes baseball. He likes solar eclipses. He likes Shohei Ohtani. But he loves roast beef sandwiches. It's time for Jason's Beef with everyone's favorite baseball writer, podcaster, author, and former mustache owner, Jayson Stark.
Sponsored by Logan AC and Heat Services. Don't go through another air conditioner breakdown. For fast, friendly service, call the experts at Logan Services now for a free estimate and next day air installation.
The Hall of Famer joins us on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Hello, Jason.
Hello, Mike.
Let's talk about Arby's, shall we? I don't think you understand how important today is. You're aware of inflation, even the big-time Hall of Famer like you. I'm sure you do your own grocery shopping, right? You go out, you know how much things cost?
I've been in a grocery store, yeah.
All right. But we live in a world now where one Arby's roast beef sandwich costs between $4.50 and $5. But this week on the app, they're giving you 5 for $5. 5 roast beef sandwiches for $5. I know that you are averse to all things Arby's, even though we tease you about it. But I think you have to make a special trip this week just to partake.
Well, I have to be a member of that Arby's club or something, don't I?
You have to download the app.
Well, I could do that.
Well, you just take 2 minutes out of your day. Stop hacking Buster Only's phone and just go download the app.
Okay, and then what do I do?
Then you put in your information.
Yeah,
then you order the food.
You go look for the 5 for $5 deal. You hit it. And
have you never used an app to order food before?
Only every day.
What do you? There you go. Exactly. So you just.
All right, so all I have to do is download the app.
Yes.
Do you know, Jason? Do you know how much? You don't know how much joy you will bring to the listeners of our show, and me and Mike personally, and Ted, if we see a photo on your official Twitter account of you with a sack of 5 roast beef sandwiches, we will be passing out with joy, is what I'm telling you.
I know what you can do. This will be your opening line with Texas Rangers manager Bruce Bochy, because Bruce Bochy admitted that when he was in the 70s, when he was in the Astros farm system, he won an Arby's eating contest. Now, I don't know how much he actually ate, but I mean, that's quite an achievement, right?
Well, I was going to ask you about this. How can you guys not get him on to talk about it? Like, isn't he an eating god for you now, Mike? 4 World Series, and he won an Arby's contest?
And he's best friends with former SNL alum Daryl Hammond. That's a true thing.
How many Arby's has Daryl Hammond eaten, though?
Oh, lots if they're laced with heroin.
All right, so when you texted me about this earlier, you told me it was bigger than the eclipse, right?
This 5
I need
for
to
5?
get a handle on just how big this is. Is it bigger than the Olympics?
Yes. For us, yes. Yeah. Not in reality, but for us,
bigger than
here,
the Olympics.
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay. WrestleMania?
Ooh.
Who's in the main event? Hulk and Andre?
Too early to say that.
Are you a big wrestling guy, Jason?
Am I a wrestling guy?
Yeah.
I don't have time to be a real wrestling guy, but I'm aware of wrestling. I watched that WWE Arby's commercial.
Arby's commercial? What Arby's commercial?
That WWE Tag Team Champs did a commercial for this 5 for 5 thing.
Oh, they did?
I didn't even
see that. Wow, I missed the lore on that one, Jason.
Who are the Tag Team Champs?
Don't ask Jason that. Teddy should know that. Teddy's got that one.
I know it's Austin Theory and the guy from Australia is his partner.
Yeah, that's them.
Okay, all right, there we go. Okay, I didn't know that was even
in Australia? I didn't see any in Italy, I have to admit.
Jason, you're playing dumb, but I bet you really know wrestling. Like, you're probably in the King Kong Bundy Hall of Fame or something.
No, I'm not.
Jason, are you calling the 900 number to get the dirt sheets before every Monday Night Raw so you can know who's going to be on and what?
All right, what do you want to talk about, Jason, for real? The segment's yours.
You want to talk baseball in London? You want to do that?
Here's what I was going to ask you, Jason, about that England series, the London series that just happened. Mets and Phillies split it. Do you like it personally that Major League Baseball goes over there? And then the follow-up to that would be some of the players are saying it should be expanded and we should have a tournament of multiple teams over there. So first of all, do you like it? Second of all, do you think it should be expanded?
I do like it. And you should know they're going to keep playing these. They're in the new labor deal. You know, they're supposed to go to Paris next year, but that fell apart because they couldn't find a promoter, so that's out. But, T-Bone, I honestly do not see any downside to this. I think we agree on the importance of marketing the game globally. But just speaking as a fan who is on this side of the Atlantic now, here is what I love most about it. The season is long, right? I feel like baseball needs more events with a capital E. And these games felt like an event. It might be because I live in Philadelphia and that hundreds of people I knew were going and there was so much attention paid to them here. But I honestly love stuff like this. I love the Rickwood game that's coming up in a couple of weeks. A big fan of the Field of Dreams games. Really like that Little League World Series game. And so if I were the king of baseball, I would be looking for every possible opportunity to take ordinary games in mid-season and elevating them in some way. I'm not quite clear on how this Bryce Harper round robin thing would work. Does he want like an in-season tournament, or he just wants some company?
Yeah, it sounded like he wants like 4 teams to play a series each against each other to have like a few weeks over there.
Well, we see this in the college basketball season too, where you'll have these tournaments where they go to Maui, right? And all 4 teams will play each other, and there's eventually some sort of champion crowned. I think that's how it strikes me how it would go.
So he wants. We're thinking the Maui Invitational only in London.
Yes, and we can actually go to Maui. What's preventing us from doing that? I'm sure there's baseball on Maui. Why not?
Yeah, so there's you wear Hawaiian shirts.
Oh.
In Maui, but what would you wear to these games in England?
Beefeater uniforms.
Soccer jerseys. We get them all like the soccer crest with the big sponsor on the front. Yeah, that's what we could do.
So we'd get a corporate sponsorship from Arby's. We're all
exactly
set.
Right. Yes.
Is there Arby's in London? Do you know?
There better be.
I don't know if there is or not.
We'll go over and set them straight if they don't.
You know what they have there that they like, though, Jason?
Yeah.
Fried chicken, Popeye's chicken, and KFC.
I thought they were more into fish and chips. I haven't been in London in a while.
No, they like anything fried. Who doesn't like fried chicken? Every culture enjoys fried chicken.
Right. It's hard not to like it. Could you fry up some Arby's?
Oh, they have fried products. They have lots of good fried products.
That's interesting, though, because could you batter an Arby's roast beef sandwich, sort of like a Monte Cristo?
You're going to have
chicken fried Arby's.
Yes, that sounds delicious.
We should be in charge of Arby's.
Yes,
we're wasting our time over here doing this stuff.
We have the ideas, is what I'm hearing. Yes,
they have the meats. We have the ideas. Yeah.
Okay, we're available.
Let me ask you one more baseball question before we go.
I'm just here.
Reds are 8-2 in their last 10. This seems surprising a bit to me. Are you surprised that the Reds are starting to pick it up a little bit?
Well, not so much. Let me tell you this story. I was at MLB Network a couple of weeks ago, and we were talking about teams that should be playing better than their record based on stuff like underlying data. I know you love that kind of talk. I nominated the Reds. They never made it into the show, but my thinking was their pitching has largely been good. Basically, their young starters have taken a step forward. Their record was skewed by all the one-run losses, especially when they were still trying to sort out the bullpen. And even though they hadn't hit, think of the park they play in. Wasn't it hard to believe that they wouldn't hit better in that park when the weather got warmer and they got healthier? And that's kind of what happened. I mean, TJ Friedel has changed their team. Jamer Candelario's finally hit. Jonathan India's hit. Will Benson's hit. There's just offensive upside to that team to go with the starters. The division's not very good, as you've probably noticed. I just feel like they were better than what we saw in May, and I think that's what you're saying. The data indicated that.
The National League's not very good. What is it, 11 teams under 500?
Well, there's 4 teams over 500. It's not quite the same thing, but yeah, that's not a good development. Are we going to have 2 teams with losing records make the playoffs in the National League? Let's not do that.
Jason, go to Arby's. We'll talk to you next week.
Okay, I'm downloading that app right now.
I don't believe
Perfect.
you. Jason's Beef with our guy Jason Stark on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Back page coming up. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza.
Watch for a disabled vehicle that's blocking the left lane on northbound 71's ramp to Polaris Parkway, and that's on the north side. And we have a 5-minute slowdown due to a crash on northbound 270 on the North Outer Belt between 161 and Westerville. This report is sponsored by eBay Motors. eBay Motors is here for the ride with the parts you need at the prices you want. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they're guaranteed to fit your ride the first time, every time, or your money back. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
When you're drinking a frozen beverage from McDonald's, your brain may not like how refreshingly cold it is. But the rest of your body, oh yes, it's gonna relish every moment of it. Because there are drinks. Then there are drinks from McDonald's.
Refresh yourself with an any-size frozen drink like a Sprite Lemonade for just $1.79 and paired with a McCrispy and fries. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here, and the playoff action is here, and there isn't a more rewarding sportsbook in the game than Tipico. Get ready to bet on the biggest games of the year, the playoff basketball, the hockey, the actions every night. You want to make the most of every game? You've got to bet with Tipico. You'll get up to 5% cash back on your bets. Claim your new sign-up bonus now and get $150 in protected bets when you deposit $100. Sign up now. Enter the promo code TheFan150 to get your bonus. Download the Tipico Sportsbook app today. Must be 21 or older and physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions do apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It was spring of 2011. Eco Plumbers were just 4 years old. It's 7-ish p.m., and my sister is at her daughter's soccer game.
And I had my tablet in the bleachers with a Magic Jack USB stick.
Magic Jack was cutting edge back then.
Being able to schedule customers for the next morning service right from the bleachers was awesome.
It was this neat hack that let us provide after-hours, in-house call answering, and scheduling back when no other plumbers did that.
Now we run calls as late as 9 p.m. and we'll answer your call 24/7. You can even schedule online.
We always leverage technology to come through for you when you need us to.
Take EcoFi cleaning checks.
Advanced software, sensors, and tablets show the health and efficiency of your system.
And possible trouble spots.
Before we start the cleaning and maintenance, so you can see the before and after improvements for yourself.
Anyone can use technology,
but only Eco Plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians use it to constantly upgrade their ability to serve you.
At geteco.com.
Want to see some football players try to play softball? Join us for Schmidt's Cardale Jones Charity Softball Game.
Why picnic when you can Schmidtnick? And presented by Monogram Homes and the U.S. Air Force. The Fan.
At AAA, it's our policy to look on the plus side, and AAA Plus members tend to take the same view. Take Martin. Last Monday, his coffee surprised him with an extra 10 degrees of Fahrenheit. It was just the jolt of energy he needed. Later, when he walked into a door, he was happy to provide entertainment for his coworkers.
I'm okay.
And when his car battery took early retirement, he knew expert roadside assistance was only a call away.
Hello, AAA.
Become a AAA Plus member and experience peace of mind on the plus side. Towing is subject to a 7-day waiting period. Terms and conditions apply.
Common Man and T-Bone here for the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
It's our absolute favorite place to go for that live VIP sportsbook experience. 12,000 square feet of sportsbook action. 2 huge walls of TVs, not to mention delicious food and drink. But your experience can be even better if you download the Penn Play app.
Yep, you can get up to $140 in rewards. It's so easy, dummies like us can do it. Got to download the free Penn Play app today and cash in your bonuses. Plus, you never know, and you'll see Man and I lurking around.
I'm lurking. Must be 21 or over. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go.
The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
Hey guys, it's summer and time to do more outdoors, but do you feel out of energy, lacking motivation and mental focus? It could be low testosterone. Low T affects millions of men and happens naturally. The solution? Testosterone replacement therapy at Low T Center. It starts with a quick test and results are fast. Don't wait. Take control of your health. And now, Low T Center is offering a free initial test. So if you're over 30, schedule a visit at lowtcenter.com today. Offer till July 6th. That's lowtcenter.com. Terms and conditions apply.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Buckeye Show coming up at the top of the hour. The fine host of the Buckeye Show, your friend and mine, Timmy Hole.
Oh, my Memorial lovers.
I'd like to point something out because people hear, you know, like Rimmer and Jayson Stark, and they come on with us and they deal with our absurdity. But you probably wonder, what do these guys do when they hang up the phone? Do they just curse at themselves for coming on this dumb show?
Why did I do those 9 minutes?
This? So we hang up with Jayson, and 2 minutes later, he sends me a screenshot of his phone just to show me that he has, in fact, downloaded the Arby's app.
Nice.
Yes.
Good man. Good man.
So he has downloaded it.
I very much love the idea of Jayson going through a drive-thru going, I can't believe I'm doing this. And then pulling up to the box and like, hello? And it's like, yeah, I have a mobile order. And it's like, what's the name? He's like, it's Jayson Stark, the Hall of Famer. And I'm here to get my Arby's.
And then Jayson goes home. His wife is a fantastic cook. He tells us this all the time.
Mm-hmm.
He sits down for dinner. Honey, I'm not very hungry tonight. Why? It's a long story. I told some guys in Columbus I'd go to Arby's. What? Yeah, so I ate 5 roast beef sandwiches before I came home. I'm
kind of
sorry. Yeah.
Well, wouldn't it even be better if he comes and just like, I had a sandwich on the way home. I actually had a couple of them. She's like, oh, where'd you stop? Again, he's in Philly. I mean, you're thinking he's going to get a cheesesteak. And it's like, no, didn't go to one of the...
nobody in big cities go for fast food.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like you could understand if he's like, I don't usually do this, but I stop and got a sandwich. Her first thought might be, oh, well, maybe he went and got, he just craved one of these Philly cheesesteaks from around or one of these good spots. And it's like, no, I travel all over the country. I can get Arby's anywhere. I got some Arby's.
Now, I'm sure I'm wrong for even bringing this up, but on the 5 for 5 subject.
Yeah.
Any problem getting all those done? No question asked.
It's been a long time.
Teddy wouldn't do 5.
No,
I don't
Teddy's
think.
not doing 5.
I don't think I have any problem knocking back all 5.
Yeah,
I'll get 2
5.
packets of the Arby's sauce on each one, maybe even 3.
That's a sloppy mess.
I love that sauce.
You're not saying
both sides. You got to do
2 or 3 per sandwich?
At least 2.
Oh, wow.
So one.
Yeah, that's a lot of sauce.
We're talking the packets, whatever the portion is in a packet. Because if you go in, you can have the little paper cups and just gunk, get it out there. But I'd do one on top of the roast beef and then one on bottom of the roast beef.
What about the pepper sauce?
And then maybe dip in the sauce, too.
You like the pepper sauce?
No, I'm just doing the Arby's sauce.
I haven't had the pepper sauce. I didn't even know about the pepper sauce.
Just spicy Arby's sauce.
Oh, okay.
It's good.
Yes. I've had that.
I would try that, though.
You don't like the horsey sauce, though, because that's mayo.
It's got some mayo base to it. I would sacrifice one sandwich to try it that way.
All right, good.
What was I going to say to you?
Arby's,
are we ready?
Roast beef sandwiches.
I'm just now. We're so close to getting Arby's.
Are you getting them tonight?
I'm planning on it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going.
I'm going to burn it tonight. Let's go.
Have fun.
Oh, I will.
I'm
fun. I'm thrilled about it. We're excited.
I wish I were there with you.
I can't bring them home though.
Oh no.
Because I bring it home, then I got to share something, and I don't want to share.
You wouldn't give one to Samantha?
No.
I'm with it. Listen,
if I'm getting 5, I'm getting 5.
I'm with you.
Especially now that I know I'm limited to 1. What a visit this week.
Crock.
Well, you know what?
What an embarrassment.
None of our children lived in the 5 for 5 era.
They don't know what they're missing.
No.
That's right.
This is my hot tub time machine. Let me have it. Let me just have my moment where I go back in time and I eat my 5 Arby's like I used to.
Yep.
And then I go, all right, that was regrettable, but it's done. I enjoyed
it's not regrettable.
No, eating 5 sandwiches in one sitting. At the end of it, you're like, woof, that's a lot of food, but it's worth it, especially for the nostalgia.
And then it's right back to 2024. Economy is dead prices.
Mm-hmm.
Right back.
Yep.
All right, what's coming up on the Buckeye Show?
Coming up tonight, we do want to do a little recap of the Memorial because you got a couple of golf lovers on the program. Yes, that's right. Tyvis is a golf lover. We'll hand out some Buckeye leaves, a lot of stuff going on the trail for Buckeye football as well. Dom Taberry, he'll give us his take on what happened out there. He must have put in 100 hours at Muirfield Village over the last week, and that is at 6:48.
Buckeye Show, top of the hour, right here on the Fan. Back page.
The Back Page. The Back Page. With Common Man and T-Bone.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Bone. Okay, guys, a couple of questions. One, do you know what ghosting is? Like in a relationship, ghosting, for those who don't know, is when you get a text or you're in your conversation with someone and then all of a sudden it's like you text them, they never reply. You're like, hey, you want to go out next week? They never reply. You call them, they never answer, and it's just you're gone. It's like they literally vanished, right? That can happen to anyone. It's not great. Apparently, it's happened to Billie Eilish. She admitted in a recent interview that even she has dealt with ghosting. She said that she was speaking to Lily Allen and Makita Oliver on a podcast that's, I don't know what it's called. Anyway, she said, I've been ghosted for sure. She said the incident happened last December, adding it was literally unbelievable. To this day, he's never texted me again. I was like, did you die? Did you literally die? It was someone I had known for years and had a plan the day of, on the phone, making a plan. This is my address. Be there at 3. Never heard from him again, ever. I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
She later said she saw on TV that he was, or she saw somewhere, not on TV. She said she saw later that he was dating someone else. And I was like, oh, I didn't know people still did that. I genuinely didn't know people did that. So imagine, she is one of the, most well-known people in the world from her music. Obviously, we've discussed at length how she is doing well for herself. Gorgeous.
She's into the ladies now.
Was she wearing the baggy pants at the Grammys? Were we talking about that?
She was, but she can
had a baggy look.
She can dress up or down.
Yes,
sure. However,
she can.
She likes.
Yes.
All I'm saying,
can do whatever she wants.
By the way, it's also mystifying to me that Billie Eilish is the ripe old age.
What is she, 23?
28?
Yes. She was born December 18th, 2001. So she will be 20. She's 22. She will be 23 this December.
Well, she jumped on the scene when she was like 17 years old.
Crazy, right? I know. I'm just saying, it seems like she's been in music for like 10 years, and that's definitely not the case. But she has been doing this for a while, so let her live. And the other one was, who cares? It's all, the guy got stranded kite surfing in Santa Cruz County on a beach, couldn't get away from it. They found him because he put little rocks in position and said, help. And that worked. So,
all right.
Good for that guy. He lived. He's good. He's not Billie Eilish, though, so who cares?
Buckeye Show is coming up next. We'll see you tomorrow. Common Man and T-Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza.
There's a disabled vehicle that's blocking the left lane on northbound 270 on the North Outer Belt between 161 and Westerville. It's causing a 5-minute slowdown. And we've got slower traffic on westbound 670 between 71 and 3rd Street. This report is sponsored by Ohio Laborers and Ohio Lesset. Ohio Laborers would like to congratulate Member of the Week, Justin Howell. Laborers Local 1216 Mansfield. Justin is an apprentice laborer working with Kokosing. Build Ohio right, build it Union. I'm Nicole for 97.1, The Fan Traffic.
This is a Fan Action Update.
This action update is brought to you by Tipico. Gambling problem, go 1-800-GAMBLER. The Cincinnati Bengals have the second best odds in the AFC North at plus 170. Their odds to make the playoffs this season are minus 235 to make and plus 185 to miss. Over-under season win total sits at 10.5 games, and the Bengals are 13-1 to win the Super Bowl. Good for a tie for the fourth best odds in the NFL. For your Tipico action update, I'm Scotty Vegas.
Bobby Carpenter here for Affinity Whole Health, the leader in the testosterone and hormone replacement therapy game. And weight loss too, that's right. Affinity offers semaglutide injections for weight loss in addition to their testosterone treatments so you can lose weight and build muscle. They customize a plan directly for you. They added peptides to my TRT. They've added semaglutide with my friend's testosterone, and the results are amazing. They're pumped about summertime and pool season, so check them out at feelgreatcolumbus.com. That's feelgreatcolumbus.com.
If you're about to get engaged or ready to walk down the aisle, your true love deserves a true jeweler, the Diamond Seller. As a true jeweler, we not only have designer collections to meet your bridal needs, but we also have talented in-house designers who can create something truly one of a kind. Visit the Diamond Seller today.
When I'm not voicing Wendy's ads, I'm gaming. I stay up and fueled because Wendy's delivers late.
Are you recording a Wendy's ad? Come on!
Got 'em. Whatever you're up for, we're down. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Delivery Late Night. Open till midnight or later.
Hours and delivery availability may vary.
Take action with Logan Services. Call now for savings up to $2,700 on a qualifying train system and 0% APR financing for 72 months. It's hard to stop a train with a system for every home and budget. Schedule your free same-day estimate now. Installation takes just 1 day. We make home comfort easy with fast, friendly service from Logan Services.
Eliminate carbon and varnish deposits with Lucas Fuel Treatment at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Simply add it to your tank at your next fill-up. A clean fuel system can increase performance and fuel economy. Right now, get 2 bottles of Lucas Fuel Treatment for just $9 and get 2 times O Rewards points. In-store only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Do you know someone struggling to figure out their mental health benefits? The Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office is here to help. Find us at insurance.ohio.gov/GETMHIA or call us at 855-438-6442. Don't wait. The Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office can help you figure out what mental health insurance benefits may be in their plan. Call us today at 855-438-6442.
Hey, what's up, Buckeye Nation? It's Cardale Jones. Join me Saturday, July 20th at Huntington Park for the Schmitz Cardale Jones Charity Softball Game presented by Monogram Homes and the U.S. Air Force. Come check out former Buckeye greats take on this year's current Buckeye stars such as Emeka Ibuka, Jaden Ballard, and many more. Come see and meet the Buckeyes before they hit the field this fall. Gates open at 5 p.m. Contests and prizes all night long. Home run derby at 6:30 and the game to follow. Tickets available at BuckeyeCruise.com. Why picnic when you can Schmick Nick? Get your $10